What's going on, people? Welcome to another Emotion Football live stream. My name is Alam, and today we got a watch along for Packers Seahawks. We got a whole Sunday of football to talk about. I'm very excited about this one. Um, Shout out to everybody watching live right now. 6 people tuned in. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on replay after the fact, the same applies to you. That's the best way to show your appreciation for content on YouTube. But yeah, very excited about this one. I see my friends in the chat. King says he's pissed off. Understandable. Good battle. Good battle. Physical football game. A lot to talk about. That one was an interesting game. But what I will say is that yeah, the game would have been different if Pickens was playing. But yeah, 100%, 100%. I'm thrilled, Gail. Happy to see you in here as well. I believe the Packers are. Wait a second. Oh no, they're 1-1 when we do watch-alongs. The Lions lost, evened it out. But yeah, good to see everybody in here. General says it sucks we didn't turn up versus the Bucks today, but we still in a prime seat to make the postseason. Yeah, your schedule. I was looking at the AFC schedule. You guys are probably gonna make it interesting, but the last 2 weeks, that's when you guys like the schedule is too good for you guys. Definitely gonna win those games and get in. I don't care because Manchester is red. That made my day. I can understand, bro. I can understand. I'm gonna get our scoreboard set up here, people. But yeah, we got it was a crazy day of football. I talked about it during the Thursday night stream. Enjoy days like this, man. Enjoy days like this. Bottle jobs, get rid of Gus Bradley. Oh, the Colts did some outrageous shit. They did some absolutely outrageous shit this week. Oh my god. That whole situation is a mess. So I understand Daniel's frustrations. 1,000,000%. Dog, can you update? There we go. But yeah, shit. I guess when we do get to the game recaps, we'll get to Packers. No, I lied. Why did I say Packers? It's probably because I'm looking at the logo directly. We're definitely going to start with Philly and Pittsburgh because holy shit, lot to talk about with that game. And then this game is interesting because oddly enough, I think this might be a wild card preview. There is a decent chance that the Seahawks could be the 3 seed and the Packers could be the 6 seed. So this game would happen just like this. It would be in Seattle and it would be on wild card weekend. So there's a very real chance we are seeing a playoff preview. And as I always say about playoff previews, I'd rather be the team that lost. Beating somebody twice in the NFL when it's 2 good teams, because that's the thing about the playoffs is you're playing a good team. Yeah, beating a good team twice is not the easiest thing. So Gail and potentially Anthony, if he's watching this, make of that what you will. But yeah, can't stay right now. Good night. Might be here later. Good to see you, Disco Flash. I appreciate you for dropping by. We will see you later. If not, enjoy the win against Cleveland. Hope Mahomes is okay. Which is, I don't wish injuries on anybody, but I hope Mahomes is okay. Damn, this is wild, bro. Sancho didn't do anything to you. You did it to yourself. I feel the same. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, we'll get into it. But here's the thing. Like, you guys not having a deep threat was really messed up. And I talked about it in the preview. Like, against a defense like ours, not having a deep threat was going to be really bad. And then, like, you guys had 2 really good drives still, I think it was 2, but you guys had 160 yards of offense. So as a whole, I'll take that as an Eagles fan. But if you had Pickens, you'd probably see more of your drives look like the 2 drives that were good as opposed to the rest of the drives, which looked terrible. Like, again, it would have been a different game with Pickens, but you guys, like, I feel like when I did the preview, I don't know if I remember if I said it exactly in this way, but I felt pretty good about our defense matching up against your offense. I was a little bit concerned about what would happen when we had the ball. Something like that. Let me see if I got that right. There was a point in the game where you had 160. Yeah, so you guys had 163 yards of total offense. But bro, King, you know why that happened? It's because you had the ball for 4 minutes in the second half. Right? Yeah, so in the third quarter, you had the 1 drive for 4 plays, which was a minute 56. And then in the fourth quarter, you had a drive that lasted 3:48. You had the ball for less than 5 minutes in the second half. And a big part of that was what's it called? Wait, hold on. What happened on that drive? No, you went 3 and out. Am I tripping? Okay, actually no. To be honest, we just held the ball really, really well. Come the second half. So yeah, it was an interesting game. TJ Watt, hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's healthy. Huge player for Pittsburgh. 2 huge games coming up. Everything to play for. But yeah, what I'll say is that game was physical. Like if you look at what happened between Darnell Washington and Darius Slay, Darnell Washington was trying to block him into the stands, bro. That was like so disrespectful. I can definitely understand that causing a bit of a brawl. I yelled at the TV when I saw him and at the Lions game. Oh yeah, I mean for what it's worth though, Disco Flash, you guys are still getting that 1 seed. Like the odds that you lose to Pittsburgh and Denver are like what 0.001%. I feel pretty good about the fact that you guys are going to lose one of those games, but both, no way. No way. We kept them quiet on offense and still lost. Bro, AD Mitchell throwing a pick 6 is crazy, but also just generally like Jonathan Taylor fumbling the ball into the end zone. Steichen, like here's the thing. I like Steichen. I think it's a little bit too early in his career to be a head coach. I think he's getting all the head coaching things wrong. I think I just realized how close the Packers are to the end zone. I've been so caught up with the chat in the games. I don't think I've been too locked in. Jacobs, handoff, 1st and goal, stopped at the 5. Where was that before? But yeah, no, I think he's getting the head coach things wrong. Don't think they approach games well. I think how he's gone about the quarterback situation hasn't worked out, and that's obviously like a huge part of any team. And bro, it just you have weird shit going on. Like Jonathan Taylor is supposed to be one of your team leaders. Why is he cannot be fumbling the ball out of the end zone? Can't wait for our next 2 games in 9. Next 2 games in 9 damn games. Love rolls left, runs, dives for the goal line, gets stopped at the 1 yard line. Oh, in 9 damn days. Right. Oh, I saw that. Tomlin was talking about you guys having, I think, 3 games in 10 days. And especially considering the 3 opponents, the schedule makers royally fucked you guys. That is a ridiculous setup. I don't understand how that's a thing. Jacobs punches it in for the Packers. Touchdown on their opening drive. Favorites in this game, definitely the team that I had winning. And this is obviously a strong start. But yeah, back to this one. Bro, TJ's got to get healthy. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if you have a quick update, but I remember I talked about how it's a really unique situation for him because he's obviously a game breaker and we're going to leave him on an island. By the way, they talked about that on the commentary. They talked about how the Eagles almost never helped their offensive tackles. But you know what I saw? I saw that change. The Eagles, for the first time in a long time, they didn't do this against Myles Garrett, Brian Burns, any of these pass rushers. They had a tight end chipping TJ Watt on a bunch of plays. And you know what's funny? I actually think it was fucking up Lane Johnson. Like, I think TJ Watt was beating Lane Johnson when he was getting chipped. And when he wasn't getting chipped, Lane was holding up generally okay, right? But I think because Lane isn't really used to getting that kind of help, I think it tripped him up. Like, I think he was trying to work on how to, again, receive the pass rusher almost like from the chipper, and it wasn't working. So it's kind of interesting how that worked out. They went away from what they normally do, and it didn't work. I think for the most part, again, when Lane Johnson was just one-on-one against TJ Watt, I would say that he did a good job. Obviously, TJ still got the fumble that he forced. You know what? Well, let's just get right into this game. No need to fuck around. Steelers 13, Eagles 27. So, few things I'll talk about in this game. If you look at Pittsburgh's drives, We'll just start about how this game went when Pittsburgh had the ball. Pittsburgh's first drive, 3 yards. Second drive, 2 yards. Third and fourth drives, 9 yards combined, right? So you talk about the first 4 drives being disasters. They then had a long touchdown drive that was a very good drive. They then had a 18-yard drive. What is this? This is the I guess a 50-yard drive when Najee fumbled, and then a 40-yard drive. Point being, the Steelers' offense completely failed aside from 2 drives. And the grand total, like I said before, is that they had 163 yards. Now, what I will say is that George Pickens was a huge, huge miss for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's their only field stretcher. And what you saw against the Eagles, who are, a good defense, but particularly a zone-heavy team, was that we were comfortable. The pass rush got to Russell Wilson sometimes, but a lot of the times when Wilson did have the ball and when he dropped back to throw the ball, weren't great options. And if you even look at some of his completions, the touchdown to Freiermuth, tight window throw, CJGJ right there. Some of his other plays, pretty similar. The flea flicker, Zach Bond is right there. Unfortunately, he just doesn't get his head turned. A lot of what Pittsburgh did today, the stuff that worked wasn't they weren't making big plays. They weren't making plays that were wide open, right? It was always going to be very difficult for them to play without George Pickens. Again, particularly against a zone-heavy team. That didn't particularly work well. That would have worked better had they had Pickens. In terms of what happened when Philadelphia had the ball, I'm actually very surprised about how this game went. I did not expect us to not really be able to run, but to be able to throw. I know A.J. Brown did his fair share of complaining. That shit fucking worked. I think he had 8 catches, his most targets since week 1. He had over 100 yards. Joey Porter Jr. had a couple good plays of coverage, but A.J. Brown is A.J. Brown. That's a very difficult receiver to deal with. But yeah, the running game, they came alive towards the end of the game. I think that last drive of the game, the running backs held their own. I think Kenny Gainwell had a very good game. The thing about so what I will say is the takeaways for Philadelphia is I think the whole drama that's happened with the team has really lit a fire under the team. I did not expect them to play this good of a game. We won by 14 and we fumbled the ball twice. Now, Najee gave the ball back, fumbled it back to us, gave us one back, right? But we made a bunch of mistakes, with the 2 fumbles, couple blown coverages. But for the most part, we played a very clean game. Very surprised to see that against a team like Pittsburgh. I talked about it on the landscaping stream. I look at Pittsburgh as one of the more reliable teams. Oddly enough, I think today was one of the, I think the first time I've watched Pittsburgh play, and I felt this doesn't feel like what I expect from Pittsburgh. I can't believe how well Hurts was able to throw the ball. Let me see the final tally on his passing stats. 25 for 32, almost 300 yards. He has not thrown for close to 300 yards in a long time. So, yeah, 290. He has not even thrown it for more than 230 since week 5. Has not thrown. This is his second highest passing total in the year. For that to happen against Pittsburgh is crazy. So, when it comes to looking at this Pittsburgh side of things, I actually think it kind of sucks for Pittsburgh that they ran into a pissed off Eagles team, because that's what it looked like. This did not look like the same team that played Carolina. And that's what I talked about last week after the game against Carolina, was that I don't think that game, I don't think that all of it is I think a part of what we saw was the fact that the Eagles completely overlooked Carolina. Bro, it was 100% a different team. Defensively, guys were wrapping up. They weren't missing tackles the way they were against Carolina. I think, yeah, King says here we played like ass, man. It was a shitty game for Pittsburgh for sure. But I look at Pittsburgh, I'm like, you ran into one of the better teams in football who was pissed off on the day. That's a shitty situation. And yes, they played like ass, but man, truthfully, I think it would have been different had Pickens been playing offensively. What I will say though is the way Pittsburgh's defense played, that was kind of shocking. That was kind of shocking. I did not expect Hurts to be able to throw the ball like he did. So the Seahawks went 3-0, I guess, maybe 6-0. But yeah, did not expect that. I think if anything, that's the major takeaway is that what was Philadelphia able to do to get that much production on Pittsburgh's defense? What I will say too is that I feel like Jalen Hurts was pretty clean. I expected this week to look at our passing attack and think that Hurts has to get rid of the ball quickly. He did none of that shit. He was holding the ball onto the ball like he does every week, and they had TJ Watt on the field. It was crazy. But yeah, no, I'm very impressed with this game. Like I can't complain. I've been complaining after wins pretty decently often this year. This is not one of those games. Great bounce back after the lackluster win against Carolina. Pittsburgh's defense, again, a very solid unit. Hurts through the ball. We're going to need a game like this again at some point this year. Hopefully he has it in his bag whenever we need this kind of performance. But shit. We have to get our shit together. Now I'm waiting for the overrated first round exit media. Again, like here's the thing. And this is where I don't necessarily I don't love how, for the most part, mainstream media talks about sports, because what the hell does a game like this have to do with Pittsburgh's first round playoff prospects? Pittsburgh is not playing Philadelphia in Philadelphia on wildcard weekend. They're either playing Houston, Indy, the Chargers, or the Broncos. They're playing those teams in the first round. And like, if you've heard about how I've talked about Pittsburgh, because again, when I was doing the tiers for playoff landscaping, we would always put Pittsburgh in the tiers of like, hey, pretty good team, not really a serious contender, because we worry about how they're going to play against the top of the top in the league, right? Feel like that was a pretty consistent opinion. So like, personally, when I look at Pittsburgh, like I don't really expect them to have a great game against a great team. We saw how they played against Baltimore. That was impressive. But also, we've seen kind of this year, Baltimore's not really Baltimore anymore. We're going to see how they play against Kansas City. When I don't think they played. Yeah, there's no matchup with Buffalo. Yeah, this was a game against a Philadelphia team that was pissed the fuck off. And it showed. And I just hope that they can play with this intensity for the rest of the year going into the playoffs, because that shit was beautiful. That shit was beautiful. If we can hold even that Pittsburgh offense, like I look at that Pittsburgh offense, if we can hold them to 160 safely, that means we can hold a bunch of other offenses to like 260-ish. And if we are holding teams to 260, we're going to win a lot of games. Like the way the defense played today, that shit was like championship caliber defense. I don't know if our offense has played championship caliber offense yet, but they took a step closer to doing that today. Josh Jacobs is doing. Oh, he broke a couple tackles, and I was like, this shit is some beast quake shit in Seattle. But then it didn't work out that way. A lot of Josh Jacobs usage early in this game, I feel. Damn, the dejection is real. Yo, the next two games are serious. The next two games are very, very serious. Yeah, I'm looking at the stats, bro. Saquon averaged 3.4 yards on the ground. Gainwell averaged 2.9. If you told me that our running backs would average 3 yards a carry, I would have been pretty concerned about this game. Pretty concerned. But yeah, Devontae had 109 yards. AJ Brown had 110. Sensational stuff. So 2nd and 1 for Green Bay. Shit, I hope this game doesn't end up being a blowout, because I was looking forward to this one. But if it does go on to become a blowout, we can just fuck around with predicting the rest of the year. Because if Seattle drops to 8-6, I think Tampa's 8-6 now. I guess that's not really something I've thought about, is how the 3-4 seeds work out. But at the same time, it almost doesn't matter, because the 3 seed and the 4 seed are guaranteed to almost not play each other. So the difference between getting home field against the other team doesn't really matter. In terms of predicting the opponents, it's tough to say who's going to finish between Green Bay and Minnesota in the 5 and 6 seed. So it's like you can't even necessarily pick the matchup you want. You won't know who you get. I mean, unless Green Bay drops some games between now and the end of the year. But if Green Bay beats Minnesota, then who knows how that goes. We'll get into, I guess, Cowboys Panthers next. That game was weird as hell. Is there a stop in this game? Why the hell is everybody standing around? Also, why do the Packers? I guess they have a white helmet, which is like a snow thing, because it's Wisconsin. I can get that part, but like you're on the road, and it doesn't really snow in Seattle. I don't know. I guess I'm a little confused why they're wearing their alternate uniforms on the road, but fair enough. I always have this belief that it doesn't matter who you play in the postseason. Anyways, you still need to play the best teams at some point. Yeah, that's fair. I think in the postseason, because you get like your season ends when you lose a game, anyways. Oh shit, Jacobs is cooking. What is it? What is it? What do his numbers look like? Second drive of the game, and Jacobs already has 65 yards on 10 touches. This guy has 10 touches 10 minutes into the game. The Jacobs usage is crazy. But again, I've been talking about this, though, on these streams. I think what Green Bay can do to make me feel better about them as a playoff team is get Jacobs going. Get him to be a player that touches 115 yards a game. If you can bank on your back giving you that every single week, I feel better about their floor as a team. But yeah, to add on to what Jen said here, I also think that like you can't even necessarily, because there's only 17 games, right? Like the teams are going to be within one game of a bunch of other teams anyways. It's not like basketball where there's 82 games, so teams are going to be 5-6 games from each other, meaning at the end of the year you're going to be able to see, oh, this team is locked into this spot, this team is locked into this spot. In football, barely any teams are locked into a spot going into the last week, like a specific spot. So you can't even coordinate opponents. It would be different if you could say like, look, we really like this opponent is food, and we'll just take that on wildcard weekend to get us to the divisional round guaranteed. But you can't even do that. So you just got to win your games and see what happens. This guy's going to go for 200 yards. I mean, shit, he's on track for it. He's on track for 10 touches in 10 minutes. Man's on track for 60 touches. Just kidding. Obviously, that's not how it works. But play action fake to Jacobs. Wide receiver screen to Jaden Daniels. Is it just me? I kind of hate this uniform matchup. I don't love the Seahawks green against white, like on all white. It's such a bright set of colors when you look at the screen. This all white against Seattle's all blue would have been a better like color combination. But yeah, shout out Josh Jobe making plays for the Seahawks. Love passes it to Dobbs, I think that is. Oh shit, Dobbs absolutely forces his way into the end zone and flexes into the cam. About to be 14-0 Green Bay. Off to an amazing start in Seattle so far. Seattle is absolutely getting their shit kicked in. So this game has gone on for 13 minutes. And in said 13 minutes, Seattle has had the ball for 2.5 minutes and got 21 yards. Deviating defined margins. The Prem has been shit this season. Prem separated by 2 points. Yeah. Again, because that's the thing. It's like that's also because there hasn't been that many games played so far. So when there's a small number of games, inherently the teams are closer together. So yeah, as the games pile up, that'll change. But in football, like NFL, it'll never change. So we'll push on to Cowboys Panthers. So this game was weird because it doesn't make sense. How did the Panthers have an easier time against the Chiefs, Bucks, and Eagles, and then struggled like this to the Cowboys? I think this is one of those games that just doesn't make sense. The Cowboys had this game pretty. They had this game pretty well wrapped up in the second quarter. This shit was not close. But yeah, like I said, Cowboys had a very competitive game against Cincinnati where if this one guy on the defense just knew the rules very well, that is a game that they win. Who did they play before that? They beat somebody before that, I think. But yeah, won this game against the Panthers quietly, not playing that terrible. Not playing that terrible. But yeah, Cowboys played a great game. They are definitely lighting fire to their draft capital because I think they're a team that really needs to be picking high, and they're not going to be. So as a rival, that's awesome. But for their sake, don't know why they're cooking like this. They should. If I was them, I would have just played Trey Lance and just lost a bunch of games and had a great draft pick. But evidently, they have other plans. Chiefs, Browns. So when it comes to this team, or this game, the Browns muffed a punt at the beginning of the game to just hand the Chiefs 7 points. So the Chiefs, I think, went 3 and out at the beginning. And when that happened, they punted the ball. The Browns punt returner muffed the catch. Yeah, that's what happened. And then the Chiefs got an easy 7 points. And if you think about how that game went from that point onwards, it was actually a closely competed game. These teams played a lot of defense. The offenses were ass. It really should have been a 7-point game down to the end. Mahomes got beat up. He got knocked out of the game with about 5 minutes to go. And it's funny because I was watching the game at the time too, and I feel like he got hit on 5 plays in a row. And on the 5th play, he got high load. And when he got high load, he got knocked out of the game. Now, I don't think I know, man. I know. I think it was 14-0 at halftime. But I think I think this game was 14-7 at some point. But yeah, bro, but that's the thing. Like, the Chiefs got that quick touchdown, and people who weren't watching the game probably thought, oh, it was 21-0 at some point just after halftime. But yeah, people who weren't watching the game probably saw the Chiefs go up 7-0 early and thought, oh, they're cooking. No, they played like shit. They got up 7-0 because of a muffed punt and then barely were able to build on that lead. So yeah, this game ends 21-7. Very much should have been 14-7. And Jameis threw a pick in the end zone. Like, the Chiefs didn't play great in this game, just like they haven't been playing great in any other games. It kind of doesn't matter in this matchup because this is Cleveland, and they can play down to a team like Cleveland in the grand scheme of things. Like, this doesn't, like I said, this talking about how like the matchup against the Eagles doesn't really mean a whole lot for Pittsburgh's chances in the first round of the playoffs. Like, the way the Chiefs play against the Browns doesn't particularly say anything about how they're going to play against playoff teams in the playoffs. But yeah, man, this was a disappointing game. Disappointing game for Kansas City for sure. You know that Kelsey wanted to show out in Cleveland back home. But it didn't happen like that. And again, another game for Cleveland where like you can see that they're actually not that out of a lot of these games. But when you tack on the fact that Jameis is going to turn the ball over and they're going to be bad turnovers, and beyond that, the team as a whole is going to do something stupid, you just know they're going to lose the game. But this is the thing. Like, you have Jameis throwing a pick in the end zone. You have your punt returner doing something really stupid. If the punt returner catches the ball and Jameis doesn't throw the pick in the end zone, how does this game go? We'll never know. Probably the Chiefs eke it out like at the end anyways. But yeah, man, Kansas City just like sleepwalks through these games, and it almost doesn't matter. But Cleveland, man, you need something at the quarterback position. They benched Jameis for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. They benched him. And I don't know if they're going to go for go with DTR, but like similar to Trey Lance, just play DTR and let him make his mistakes. Learn how to speak French, Jameis. You gotta learn how to speak something, bro. Learn how to speak Canadian. Welcome to the CFL, brother. Big catch by JSN. Big second year continues for Jackson Smith and Jigba. A personal favorite wide receiver coming out of OSU. Big up Joel. Hold on, what does it say? Gambling for dummies. That's a hilarious icon. Passing game was cooking today. Bro, look at my name. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Look at my name. I hope AJ Brown complains again. That's what my name is. Who is this? Zach Charbonnet up the middle? Thank God, Seattle. Make this a game. Goodness. But yeah, the passing game was cooking today. So here's the thing. I can't believe that it's what carried us today. The running game did not. The passing game carried us. And the passing game carried us in a game where, it's Pittsburgh's defense. Like, they have pass rushers. They have pass rushers that can break open games too. And our pass rush did its thing. So that was fire. That was absolutely fire. Next game recap is Dolphins Texans. So I watched a little bit of this game, but what I will say is that the Texans did their normal Texans thing, man. They did not play good. Obviously, Miami didn't either. This was kind of it's not even a mid-off. I kind of just don't rate either of these teams. But yeah, bro, the Texans had 181 yards of total offense. They had 18 more yards of offense than the Steelers. And look how, dejected King is about the Steelers game, right? The Texans only had 18 more yards, and they win the game because they're up against Miami, right? So that's the thing. But they had 131 yards in the air, 4 sacks for Stroud, 1 lost fumble. They got 23 yards on the ground. And this is Miami of all teams. Miami isn't even that good. Here's the thing. Houston is so lucky that their division is shit. And I am absolutely certain Houston's getting clapped on wildcard weekend. Whoever gets that 5 seed, if it's Baltimore or it's Pittsburgh, that team is sending Houston straight to Cancun. Houston to Cancun, not a long flight. But either Baltimore or Pittsburgh will be booking that flight for the Texans on wildcard weekend. I'm absolutely certain of it. I looked at this Houston team, and again, I've been very skeptical about them all year. But I thought, okay, they're at home off a bye week. Whatever you got, this is the week. This is the week for if there is anything there for them to show it. And they didn't. So it's none for Houston. They might win some games here. I think for what it's worth, they're about to lose the next 2 games against Kansas City and I think they play Kansas City and Baltimore. I think that's 2 L's. But bro, Houston, or put the fries in the bag. But what I will say also about Houston is, I don't know if Gale is here or not, but I feel like things have not been the same for CJ Stroud since this channel unveiled that his name is Coleridge. I think once we unveiled that his name is Coleridge Bernard Stroud, he's never been the same. So wherever CJ Stroud is, I would like to apologize to him for altering the course of his career. I don't know if there's anything I can do to bring it back on track, but ever since this channel unveiled that CJ Stroud's name is Coleridge Bernard, shit has not been the same. Gino to the flat to JSN. JSN stumbles into about 8 yards. But yeah, man, Houston is not it. I had Tua starting as well, man. Didn't throw any TDs, bro. Miami's cooked too. Here's the thing. Miami wasn't shit enough this year, especially considering that they lost their quarterback. But yeah, what's it called? They should be firing their coach. Miami's not going anywhere with McDaniel. That ship has sailed. Last year was the year. It's done. He either has to grow into a very different coach or they have to get rid of him. I have to thank Josh Allen today. Bro, anybody who had Lions or Bills probably won their playoff matchups today. So it's a big third down here for Seattle. They said Flores was the problem. Yo, I think Flores, I really want him to pick a good job, a good head coaching job, because, man, I think he's a great coach. I actually think he's really good. He's so good that he beat the Belichick curse. Every Belichick assistant is complete dog shit except him. Oh my God, Gino gets sacked on 3rd and 2. They can't even go for it. About to kick a field goal to go be down 11. Pull out the Chris Paul meme, bro. Jason Myers kicks a field goal to cut the lead to 11. They're out here happily staying down double digits. Hell of a bull rush by Rashawn Gary. That Seahawks right tackle is not it. Is absolutely not it. Oh, this is a great talking point, General. Bill Belichick to North Carolina. Here's the thing, though. Oddly enough, I think most of the talking points about this are going to be about things that are kind of unrelated to Bill Belichick and North Carolina. Because I think the bigger thing is that, like, okay, college football is different now. Like, this is a sign of just the fact that this is a completely different world. Because I don't know if Bill Belichick is going to walk into North Carolina and, like, recruit his ass off to build a program from the ground up. He talked about it on the Pat McAfee show, and I take his word for it. He said he's like, I'm building a pro program at the college level. And my whole sales pitch is that I'm going to run a program just like an NFL program because I've run one of the more successful NFL programs. And when you're at this on this team, you're going to be very ready for what comes, what's ahead of you in the NFL. And I think for that reason, I think Bill Belichick is going to probably have a very strong sales pitch in the transfer portal to guys who are at the end of their college careers. Like, I think he's probably going to build an older college team, a team full of 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds, guys that are on the brink of going to the NFL. And I think those guys are going to look at, hey, if I go to North Carolina, this is my chance to really up my draft stock. So it's interesting because I think Bill is going to go to North Carolina and is going to build a program that is nothing like we've seen in college thus far, just because of how unique it's going to be. Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really interesting. I don't know how necessarily it's going to work. Obviously, college football is stacked right now in the sense of, like, there's a lot of money and the money's getting circulated, and there's going to be a lot of expensive teams. But North Carolina has a very interesting sales pitch now. And what I'm very curious to see is, how do other schools respond? If you're another college football program with a lot of money, are you looking at a Pete Carroll? Are you looking at, who else is out there? Are you looking at Mike Vrabel? Like, if you look at NFL, if you look at, again, like, the big takeaway from what Belichick said, saying that I want to build a pro program at the college level, is the fact that the college game is about to turn into the pro game, in the sense of, like, they're hiring general managers, right? Stanford hired Andrew Luck. General managers have never been a part of college football before, but they're turning into a pro league with a salary cap. So now salary cap management is a thing. And again, it's like, in a lot of ways, it's more like the pro game. So now you can look at people who succeeded at the pro level and all of a sudden say, like, hey, you can come and do some of the same shit here and it should work. So it's just really interesting to see, again, like, without talking a whole lot about Bill specifically and UNC, this is just so fascinating to see what this does, or what this turns into for the rest of the NCAA. Yo, that kick returner is a dumbass. Why would you jump over a guy there? You have to know that you're just jumping over somebody just to get smacked by somebody else. Bill better get ready to learn transfer portal. 100%. That's how it's going to go. He's about to forge some documents and transfer Gronk to UNC under false age. He's going to do something shady, bro. And that's the other thing too, bro. All the cheating Bill Belichick did in the NFL, you don't think he's about to go cheat in the NCAA? Bro, he said he's going to go find some 25-year-old offensive linemen that are grown men, about to go bully these young defensive tackles. Jordan Love drops back, play action, gets it to Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft gets an easy 8 yards. But yeah, what conference is UNC in? I think UNC is in the ACC, right? Are they hold on. Are they an SEC team? Wait, I think UNC is in the SEC. Actually, why am I thinking about this? I can just look it up. Oh, they're in the ACC. Okay. Shit. Well, that's interesting because I feel like at least they should be winning their conference then. Because Clemson just won the ACC. Dabo against Belichick, man, that's hilarious. But also, yeah, interesting to see Belichick just basically punt on the NFL record because he's probably. I think there's some. They said something about the fact that he's going to spend 3 years there, and then basically hand the job over to his son. So then it's one of those things where like you're going to be 75 at that point. Like Belichick's never going to come back to the NFL. See, I think it was Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the movie plot here, but I kind of get the concept you're getting at, bro. He's definitely going to do some wild cheating. Yo, the signal stealing? Yo, Connor Stallions from Michigan. He's going to go hire that guy. First person he's going to get on the phone. Where's Connor Stallions at? Bring him to UNC immediately. Love drops back in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Uncorks a deep ball to Christian Watson, who makes a phenomenal catch. Bro, that sideline control is crazy. Bro, turning his body while keeping his feet down, presenting the basket for the ball to fall into. That was a thing of beauty by Christian Watson. Guess the Packers down the field. Yo, they're really whipping Seattle's ass right now. Yo, King, they're going crazy in this game. Poor Seattle. Man, Seattle, LA. I hope they play for the playoff spot in the last week. Low key, Tampa is so much better. Like, even though they have the same record as the NFC West leaders, Tampa is so much better than these teams. Hand off to Josh Jacobs. Gets a couple yards to set up 3rd and 6. You know, we can't even play guess that 4th down because they're actually cooking on 3rd down, the Packers. They must be like perfect. Yeah, they're 3 for 3. Seattle's 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Shit, we might have to guess that 4th down for Seattle if they don't get any better. Also, yo, I'm thinking, King, I want your feedback. And everybody else in the chat, of course. When it comes to playing guess that 4th down, I want to say that like you shouldn't be able to guess 1st down and get points for it because that's not the game. You know, like if you don't think they're gonna get 4th down, fair enough. You can say like 4th and inches or something, but I almost feel like the object of the game has to be because also look at this, right? If the team doesn't get the 4th down, or sorry, doesn't get the 1st down, you have to get the yardage right. So you have to get the specific spot right. But if you guess 1st down, you have every single yard marker to get, whether they get the 1st down by 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, doesn't matter. Like it's almost, I feel like guessing 1st down is too easy. Or it's just too easy to get points because you don't have to be so specific. So I want to say when we play guess that 4th down, that 1st down, you can guess it, but you shouldn't get points for it. You should be getting points for guessing the 4th downs correctly. 17-3 Green Bay as Green Bay knocks a field goal through the uprights. I'm just waiting for my NBA parlays to hit, and I've learned from my mistakes again, never doing pool for points. I can understand wanting to do pool for points. I can understand it because you think, oh, he's a chucker, but bro, like him and Kuzma, the way they take nights off, it's too treacherous. It's way too scary. I could never. That is not for me. Maybe it should be like, or maybe you should, if you're guessing 1st down, you should have to guess the yardage because that's the whole point of guessing the 4th down is you have to get the exact yard right. Like it takes some precision. It's too easy to say 1st down, and it doesn't matter if they get it by 2 yards or 30 yards. You get the points either way. Like that part of the game has to be ironed out. But yeah, back to the game previews. I think we finished off with this game. Yeah, both these teams played like shit. Rightfully, Miami is out of the playoff race because really too shit to deserve it. Bengals Titans. Bengals technically in the race. However, they're not going to make it because Chargers have very easy games in the last 2 weeks. So while the Bengals are in this situation, like in the playoff picture, I guess like Miami is, it's not happening for either team. But in terms of this game, Will Levis got benched. So I think the only thing to be mindful here is that like Bryce Young is not getting benched, and at least he's on track to finish the year. So he might get next year. But Will Levis getting benched basically says that he's not going to be the quarterback next year. And my issue for Tennessee is I think they're going to force drafting a quarterback. And I don't know if they're going to have a high enough pick for it to make sense. Because I think Tennessee they have 3 wins, right? Or do they have 4? If they have 4, they're fucked. No, they have 3 wins. Yo, they have to lose out. It is so important for Tennessee to lose out because if they win a game and they pick out of the top 5 and they go quarterback, they're fucked because they're going to miss out on Shador. They're going to miss out on Cam. I think if you take Milroe or Ewers with like the 5th or 6th overall pick, I think it's not going to work. I don't think Ewers or Jalen are top prospects. I don't think that's where you're supposed to draft them. But more importantly, I don't think that's the kind of expectation you're supposed to put on their shoulders. So I think Tennessee is actually skating on very thin ice because their GM has hilariously failed so far. He ripped apart what was left of a successful Titans team. He rebuilt this team. It's flopped miserably. I'm assuming that he's managing for his career, or not his career, his job next year. So he's going to look at getting a quarterback as like a must. There's no quarterbacks really available in the trade market that are respectable. I feel like he has to draft a quarterback. And if you draft a quarterback who's young, that's going to give you a couple more years of job security. I think Tennessee is going to force picking a quarterback, kind of like Pittsburgh did with Kenny Pickett. Obviously not exactly the same because they're picking 20th overall, but they forced it. They needed a quarterback badly, so they overdrafted one and it was shit. I think Tennessee is setting themselves up to do the same thing. So that's my big takeaway for Tennessee. I think they're about to fuck themselves over in the draft this year. And Cincinnati, bro, it is what it is. You guys are out here playing like this game was, the score is kind of, I guess, like not really representative of what the game turned into. It did go, I think it did turn into a 17-point game, but there was a point in this game early on where it was competitive. I think it was competitive for like almost 2 quarters. That shows you just how shitty Cincinnati truly is. Yeah, he was on Toronto before the Nets. Crosby out for the season as well, though. It doesn't matter. I hope he makes a full recovery. Yeah, Raiders are losing out. Delete that franchise. Delete Tennessee from the map. Damn, he said throw the whole state in the trash. That's crazy. 2nd and 5 for Seattle. I think the state is all right. I don't even know who this running back is. Is this Kenny McIntosh? Georgia in the building. Kenny McIntosh getting handoffs. Kenny McIntosh is on my dynasty team, by the way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the dynasty fantasy football, but you have 30 player rosters. So I drafted Kenny McIntosh in the 3rd round of the rookie draft that year when he was a rookie. And yeah, I've been rostering him. So if he starts to get snaps, it's lit. I have another serviceable player. Titans collapse is one I'll cherish. I don't know. I guess I don't feel much about it. I just think it's funny because, like, here's the thing, though, bro. They took such a fat L with the AJ Brown trade. I already feel like justice has been served. Like, it's like they did their time already. I don't know if I necessarily feel like they have to do more time, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm off about that. Donald could go to the Titans. We don't know about. Oh, true. Why did I completely forget about Sam Darnold? Oh, shit, bro. They're 100% going to pay Sam. But you know what, though, bro? The way they've paid their skill position players, I don't think they can cash out a quarterback. I'll have to see who else might sign a quarterback. But if you think about the way that they've paid L'Jarius Sneed and Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard, respective to the kind of player he is, they've paid quite a few players like premium deals. And I think they did that because they assumed they would be rocking with a rookie quarterback, like a quarterback on a rookie contract for the bulk of the time that they were paying those players. So I actually don't know if they, and this is a part of it. Actually, I forgot to mention this. I think financially they've set themselves up to have to, they've set themselves up to need a rookie quarterback. They need one. I don't actually think they can afford to pay Darnold, because they might end up being able to pay Darnold, but not adding to the team in any other way. And if that happens, they're still fucked. What I will say though, Tavondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons is an amazing interior defensive line. It's really a shame how shit their team is, so people don't really recognize how solid of a duo that is. Tavondre and Jeffrey Simmons, crazy interior. Crazy, bro. But nobody will ever know. Gino, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and we're throwing wheel routes to Zach Charbonnet. Throw this offense in the trash. There's a flag on the play. Thank God. 3rd and 2, and we're throwing wheel routes to Zach Charbonnet. The hell are we doing? But this is utter woke nonsense, bro. Run the goddamn ball. King, it's truly, truly disgusting. Holding on the defense, thank God, man. They got rescued there. Automatic first down. Outright tackling Tyler Lockett in the middle. I'm about to drink some shot. That's funny, man. The King's out here trying to drink the pain away. I hear it. I think we're going to be doing a watch along for Steelers Ravens as well. What's happened? Gino fires a strike to JSN. Glad JSN is hooping. Something about inside offensive lines. Chargers didn't do any of that. We have to get a proper center because Bucks were just happy. Oh, bro. Vita Vea. If you're going up against Vita Vea without interior offensive line, you're fucked. That's a one-man run defense. One-man pocket push. Vita Vea, again, another player, criminally slept on / underrated / underappreciated. That guy is a monster. But yeah, he's not really going to get the respect he deserves. 5:20 to go. JSN gets the handoff on the end around. What's the next game recap? Oh, Commanders Saints. Bro, that bum-ass team almost lost to goddamn Spencer Rattler. Oh, I have complaints to make about the Saints offense too down the stretch there. Oh my God, I was so pissed off with how that game ended. So pissed off. Like just dumbass play calling. You can tell that offensive coordinator is a rookie, and I like him, Clint Kubiak. I think he's gonna be good as a play caller, but boy, he was not thinking at the end of that game. 2nd and 8. Noah Fant catches the ball for about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and short. Seattle, I think, starts the second half with the ball. Obviously, if they score a touchdown here and get a stop, they're back in the game, but they can't fuck around here. They can't fuck around and not get a touchdown. Haven't touched the end zone yet. It's absolutely necessary that happens right now. All right. 3rd and 3. JSN in motions. Shout out the channel. Gino scrambles, slides. Gets the first down. Flag on the play. We'll see if this is on the offense or the defense. Gino's pointing to suggest that it's on the defense. But yeah, Eagles, Commanders next week. I hope that's a blowout. I need that. Like, today we showed that a blowout is possible. We kind of were playing in a way that made it look like, I don't know if we could necessarily blow out teams. And when I say, what I mean by that is that, like, I feel like our game against the Rams, it was a close game. We pulled away at the end. But I'm saying, like, blow out a team in the first half. Like, end the game in the first half. We haven't played like a team that could do that. But today we showed signs. I would love to do that. Turn up to Washington, clinch the division, absolutely smacking the Commanders. I would love to see it. I don't know if it'll happen. I think I saw Vegas has us as 3-point road favorites, which I think is close, like too close. But I hope we smack that team. JSN wide receiver screen goes for 1 to 2 yards. Yo, offensive linemen in this green look hilarious. This green is definitely like a skill position kind of a color. Quay Walker, I think that's his name. The linebacker for the Packers is down. So we'll pivot to a game preview real quick. Commanders Saints. Okay, so Commanders quietly had a shit day offensively. I don't know if the streets will tell you that, but if you look at the Commanders, Brian Robinson had 21 rushes for 65 yards. The guy had Daniels had 66 rushing yards. He held the running game down. But if you look at the Commanders running backs, bro, 24 carries for 71 yards. Absolutely could not run the ball. Now, if you look in the air, you're going to see 25 for 31, 226. That's solid, right? But, bro, they got 8 sacks. 8 sacks. Looking at the Commanders' offensive stats as a whole, they had 320 yards of offense, right? It looked decent, but they only had 20 points because couldn't throw the ball. Sorry, couldn't run the ball. Oh, shit, Gino. The guy's trying to throw a pick right now, man. What the hell are we doing? Yo, Genwell, I'm trying to see blowout in the first half, backups in the fourth quarter. That's what I'm trying to see. I guess that's really what I'm getting at, bro. I haven't seen much garbage time this year. I saw garbage time against the Bengals and against the Giants. I'm trying to see some more garbage time. Third and 9. And this is a must for Seattle. Seattle, you must. I think that's a false start, by the way. It's not. That's crazy. Gino airs it out to the back of the end zone. And this time, bro, he does. Don't fucking kill me. Yo, why is he running it back? Never mind. Maybe he's going to get to the 20. This guy's a dumbass. But he just threw a pick to the dumbest player in the world. Geno Smith throws a ball that hits the hands of Valentine. And after that, actually throws a pick to Valentine. Bro did not learn his lesson. Geno Smith, what the hell are we doing? This guy insisted on throwing a pick to number 24. I'm sick. And this idiot was so hell-bent on running the ball back. The guy broke a tackle to run it back, to break another tackle, to get tackled at the 15. You broke 2 tackles, and you still couldn't get to the 20. What did you think you were going to do? Pull a Marshawn Lynch and break 7 tackles? No. Just take a knee and start your celebrating. Gino better start learning UFL/CFL/XFL/European Football League if that's still NFL Europe. If that's still a thing. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, it's not. But he needs to learn something because this quarterback play, like, how many red zone turnovers does he have this year? Absolutely appalling. But back to this game. Commanders offense only had all those yards, but only had 20 points because couldn't run the ball. You got sacked 8 times. And again, when those two things happen, you have to do a lot in the air to make up for it. And 220 yards in the air is not making up for it. So don't let the efficiency fool you. It was an efficient passing game, but it wasn't a great passing game. They were lucky that that happened. They were lucky they were able to at least get 220, but they were also lucky that they went up against the Saints, who had to bench Hainer because Hainer is beyond awful. And Rattler at least came in 10 completions or 10 completed passes for 130 yards, made some plays here and there, but the Saints they only attempted to run the ball 14 times. Oddly enough, in a game where you don't have quarterback play, you're so not confident of your ability to run the ball that you don't do it. Like, the Commanders were lucky they were going up against such a mess. But with all those things, with like all those circumstances, they still almost lost the game. They let Spencer Rattler get down the field. The way it worked is the Saints had no timeouts. Because what they did is, even in a 2-minute drill, down 7, in the last 2 minutes of the game. They were running the ball. That like it's weird because I'm seeing now they only had 14 attempts. I didn't know that, but I was watching that game and I'm like, you guys are running the ball in a 2-minute drill. You're terrified of putting the ball in the air, right? So I'm thinking about that, and they're using their timeouts because they're running the ball. They get the ball to the 2-yard line, and then Rattler has to spike the ball with 3 seconds to go. So down 7, 3 seconds to go at the 2-yard line, right? I'm like, yo, are you gonna run the ball? Because you've been running the ball this whole game. What they do is they throw the touchdown to the flat, right? The tight end starts out close to the offensive line, runs right to the flat, catches the ball. So I'm thinking here, and I'm like, yo, this is perfect. You've built up a tendency running the ball, and you just scored by throwing to the flat. I think a play action that looks like it's going to the flat, but then goes back to the middle of the field is cash money right now. I think that is exactly what the doctor ordered. But then Kubiak dials up a play to just do the same shit. So they dialed up basically, I don't know if it was the exact same play, but they tried to do the exact same thing. They tried to throw it to the flat, and obviously Washington was aware to not let the exact same thing happen twice. So they didn't let the same thing happen twice, and they won the game. I thought that was a horrible play call by Clint Kubiak. I thought the Saints 100% could have done better in that situation. I cannot believe they tried to, and you have such a limited quarterback, you have such a limited offense. You got to be able, you have to know that you can't do the same thing twice. The other team already knows there's not many things you can do well. With very few things you manage to make work, they're going to notice to not let happen again. So I thought that was ridiculous, but I'm seeing that Sarcasm City has pulled through. Shout out to everybody in here. Big up Prime, big up Bayesian Reds, big up Warrior J. I see there's about 200 people in here. You guys are probably pouring in from, it was a United and Liverpool show. Tap in. This is Emotion Football. My name is Alam. This is an American football channel. This is not the kind of football you were just talking about in the last stream. We are watching Sunday Night Football, Packers, Seahawks. It's week 15 in the NFL. We're talking about all the games that happened this week. So come hang out with us. We'll be here for probably another hour and a half. If you're new to the game, we're probably a pretty cool group of people in this community to learn the game from. And if you're not, we're definitely a cool group of people to hang out with while watching the sport you love. So tap in Motion Football. We're here every Sunday night as a minimum. And then here, oh my God, Jordan Love. Oh my God, it worked. Bro, Jordan Love gives me headaches. Man takes risks for no reason. Big up Prime, bro. Good to see you. And listen to what he said, man. Run these likes up, hit that subscribe button. And we got game previews or game recaps to get to. Jen Will has a message for all the football fans. Says Manchester is red. Manchester is definitely red. What cities in the NFL are red? What cities have 2 teams and one of them is red? Are there any? LA doesn't have a red team. New York doesn't have a red team. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we're going to a commercial. Oh, Kansas City. I guess, Kansas City is definitely red. But yeah, the next game recap we'll get to. Oh, Texas. I guess you could say Houston is a little bit red and they're better than the Cowboys. But next game recap we'll look at is Jets Jaguars. This one we're going to look at really, really briefly. Bro, the Jags should have won this game. I really, really wanted the Jags to win. Just for no reason other than banter, right? Absolutely no reason other than banter. I think Aaron Rodgers losing to Mac Jones would have been hilarious, and it almost happened. I do think the Jags were up what? The Jags were up a they were up a touchdown towards the end of the game. Devontae Adams scored the 71-yard touchdown to, I think, tie the game up. And shit just went left from that point onwards. But, however, Jacksonville Jaguars could have won this game. It would have been hilarious for banter purposes. They didn't. That doesn't change much. Both of these teams are shit, and this game didn't really matter. Speaking of a game that almost kind of didn't matter, Ravens-Giants. The only thing to watch and keep in mind for this game was the fact that the Ravens had a historic spread for this game. 16.5-point road favorites is absolutely absurd. Again, that's Vegas telling you that this would be a 22.5-point home favorite, which is just ridiculous. Also reset Jacksonville, irrelevant place. Yo, Genwell is hilarious. Basically from Australia, calling out all the American places that we just don't need. This guy's a funny guy. Um, but yeah, big up, Will. Good to see you. Oh yeah, Will, you're a Seahawks fan, right? Do I if I'm am I remembering that correctly? Um, but yeah, man said reset Jacksonville. That's funny. Ravens Giants again. Okay, real quick. The only significance of this game was the fact that bro, it was crazy that a team was favored by 16 and a half points on the road. That being said, this game went how it was supposed to go. Baltimore beat the absolute shit out of the Giants. I think I said that I would have taken Baltimore by 30. I'm glad that I didn't. I don't know how the Giants scored their 2 touchdowns. I know Tommy DeVito was the quarterback. Let's look at his stats really quickly. Yo, they benched Tommy DeVito for Tim Boyle? They benched Tommy DeVito for Tim Boyle? I didn't even know that. Tim Boyle actually outplayed DeVito? That's crazy. Yo, this is a different level of shit. Bro, my Seahawks are... Bro, I'm actually shocked with how lopsided this game has been so far. And I'm shocked that it's lopsided because of the running game for Green Bay. They're not even like hooping like that. They're just running the ball and it's working. I'm disappointed in Seattle. I was looking forward to a good game, and they insist on not giving it to me, bro. I hate that. I hate that for me and for them. I agree with resetting Jacksonville, just not even for football purposes. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Is it the what is it? Is it the music scene? Because I've heard of some pretty crazy things happening in Jacksonville. 17-3 at halftime, leading the division. If we go into the playoffs, we're getting smoked. You know what's funny though, Will? So if you go into the playoffs as a division winner, you're probably going to play the Vikings or the Packers. 2 of the teams you play at home right now. You're playing the Packers right now. You're playing Minnesota next week, I think. So like you're going to get to see a very, very close look at what your playoff matchups are going to look like. I think we're seeing right now that if you guys run into Green Bay, tough look for you guys. If you run into Minnesota, we'll see next week. Is that a good or a bad idea? Love dumps it to Jaden Reed. Shit. Will has no hope. Yo, so Will, what do you think the issues are? Because I think the issue is Geno Smith, and I think the issue is that Mike McDonald needs one more offseason to get his players defensively. And aside from that, that's what I think the main thing is. I actually think you guys would be fine offensively if you guys had a good quarterback. I like, for the most part, what the play caller does. And obviously, I like the fact that you guys have 2 running backs with Walker and Charbonnet. I like JSN and DK Metcalf. I think the issue is just the quarterback and the fact that the coach who runs the defense doesn't really have his guys defensively. That's I guess like they could in theory solve both those issues in one off season because they could get the defensive players they need in one, like obviously one off season, and they in theory could get a quarterback in one off season, but chances of that happening are pretty low because cards are capitulating as well. I mean, it's looking like all roads lead to Seattle against the Rams in the last week, right? So all things considered, like that's the main thing to keep an eye on. O-line is our biggest problem. It's been fair enough. That's actually something I wasn't thinking about. The O-line definitely needs work. O-line, defense, quarterback. Shit. Okay, that might be a little bit too much to do in one offseason. Love takes a deep shot to Romeo Doubs, and Tariq Woolen interferes really badly with 4 seconds to go. What a horrible penalty. That's so bad right there. That is so bad. This half was almost over. And you had good positioning. You just had to turn your head and find the ball. Yo, that could have been an interception if he turned his head. Also, Romeo Doubs looks funny as hell with the Guardian cap on. I think those things look even funnier when the player is skinny as hell because you really look like a bobblehead. But bro just had to turn his head. So with one play to go, if you're Green Bay, what do you do? Take this field goal? Probably, right? Chat, what are you guys doing? Taking the 3 points? Those hella picks, but I feel like a better O-line could make a difference. So that's the thing. I think like Geno Smith, if like it depends what the objective is. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Geno Smith. I think you could definitely win a playoff game with Geno Smith. But again, it just depends what the objective is. I think obviously if you're just assuming that you're here to win championships, like you got to upgrade from Geno. Looking at the passing stats away from the INTs, he isn't that bad. Yeah, that's the thing. He's definitely not bad, bro. You can definitely win a playoff game with him. That much I'm willing to agree with. So it looks like the Packers are going to run a play here. So this is extraordinarily greedy. If they go up 3 scores at halftime, we might have a fade of the stream kind of a stream today. God damn. But also, we might just start predicting the season. So that might be how it goes. We can't go much further with him than just upgrade. So then that's the other thing too, is that like if you decide you want to upgrade, how do you upgrade, right? Like, will you be picking high enough in the draft? Oh, they're just trying to draw them off sides. But wait, what the fuck is the point of that? You draw him off sides, or you draw the Seahawks off sides, right? You get the ball moved up another 1.5 yards, and then what do you do on 4th down from 1.5 yards? You go for it if that happens? What the hell did I just watch? Bucks games, we were crap, but I don't have faith. Baker, bro, could have thrown 5 picks today. That's Baker Mayfield football, baby. Baker Mayfield football. Another player that, again, you could definitely win playoff games with Baker. You are not trying to win a Super Bowl with Baker, though, as your quarterback. You're just trying to establish like organizational stability. So this is the thing, right? These quarterbacks like Geno and Baker, they're valuable when you think about the kind of like a team like Vegas, right? Like a team like Vegas could use a quarterback like that. Because again, their organization is just not stable because they don't have quarterbacks like that, right? So that's how I would look at it. Are you going live tomorrow? Brother, hell yes. We're about to watch that garbage ass football tomorrow, bro. Every team is ass but the Vikings. That might have to be the watch-along name. Not a Monday Night Football doubleheader, not Bears, Vikings / Raiders, Falcons. Welcome to the every team is ass today but Minnesota watch-along. That might have to be how we run it. Skull, bro, Serafel, big up. Big up. Tomorrow we'll be streaming during Monday Night Football. I'm finishing up. I'm basically going to be handing in my last assignment of the semester, like in a few hours. So I'll be done. Lions are frauds. Bro, I like it. 9:34 p.m. Man says hello. 9:34 p.m. It gets immediately to hating his division rivals. That's what happens. Lions are frauds. Here's the thing. I mean, do I agree? I don't think so. However, I'm here for the energy because as somebody who needs a Lions loss, bro, I 100% need that shit, bro. I need them to be frauds one more time. I just need them to be frauds next week against Chicago in the bitter cold. Hold on. Is it going to be really cold? Yo, here's the thing, real quick. That onside kick was complete nonsense. That onside kick that he did with 11 minutes to go, complete bullshit. That's that shit that needs to put him in gambling rehab. Why are you taking a 3% chance? The guy did the onside kick. It failed. Then he did the normal kickoff the second time. The hell are we doing? So this is the thing though, King. If their injuries, like if their injured players don't come back, they might, like, it doesn't make them frauds, but they're legitimately going to have some issues with their front. Because I saw that Aleem McNeil got hurt, and I hope he's healthy because Aleem McNeil is a big part of their defensive front. I need to sweep the Ravens. I need to be at the level of hating Surfels at. Bro, this is what happens when you only have 2 losses. I know this because I'm in the same spot. When you only have 2 losses, you're just off the cuff with the hate. The hate, you don't even have to think about the hate. It just happens. Here's my thing too, is like I need to get the 1 seed. I need to win out, and I need I need both the Vikings and the Lions to drop a game, right? But the funny shit is that they play each other in the last week. So I'm like, okay, I need to see who loses first to see who I'm cheering for. I could be a Lions fan in week 18. I could be a Vikings fan. Speaking of the Vikings, before we push on, I hope Randy Moss's cancer, because good God, that guy was an extraordinary part of my childhood. What a baller. Coach of the Year, Sirianni, giving it to the crowd. Hell no, bro. No, I'm not interested in seeing Sirianni win that award. You know how much of more of an insufferable asshole he would become if he ever won that? KOC is Coach of the Year, turned Sam Darnold into MVP level quarterback. If we sweep Baltimore, I'm absolutely going ballistic. We're winning on a budget. Yeah, so I think KOC definitely deserves credit. I'm going to talk shit on them and Peter. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. We hear it. Big up Randy Moscow. With all due respect to Jerry Rice. Yo, here's the thing. For me, I only consider GOATs. Like, I'm only invested in the players that I watch. So I don't know if Jerry Rice is the GOAT or not. I've never seen him. For me, and I guess for me, like, I actually don't care about like accolades or resumes. I actually only care about ball. So for me, the GOAT is Calvin Johnson. Because when it comes to just ball, that guy was ridiculous. That guy was something else. I've seen Terrell Owens. I've seen Randy Moss. I've seen some special receivers. That motherfucker Megatron was some shit. Bro, they were double covering him on press coverage at the line of scrimmage like it was a punt coverage unit. That shit was crazy. But yeah, no consideration for Jerry Rice. Happy retirement, OBJ. It's time, my guy. Yo, he needs to just become a crypto bro. Like, that's what the streets need from OBJ right now. We don't need him to line up in the slot. We need him to get that steak sponsorship with Drake and to just tell us what crypto to buy. That's what we need. But shit, yeah, what a time, man. What a time. What a great week. Football's getting fun. We're getting close to the closing stretch. Let me see where we finished off at. Oh yeah, we finished off with this next game. Hold on. Colts Broncos, real quick. Colts Broncos. Yo, the Colts are a fucking shit show. Their quarterback situation, mess. They're like just team vibes. Like, how is Jonathan Taylor, one of your most important players, fumbling the ball into the end zone? How do you have A.D. Mitchell throwing a football across the field that gets picked off and ran back by Nick Bonito, an edge rusher? The hell is going on with this team? Like I said, I think Steichen is in over his head as a coach. I think he's a brilliant play caller or like play schemer. But like, bro, when it comes to being a head coach, this is going all bad. So Colts, they're cooked. I don't care that they have a chance to win their division. I don't care. Like, I think Houston has to lose out for them to have a chance. I think so. Yeah, I think they have to lose. Houston has to lose out, which is fucking possible, by the way, because they play Baltimore, Kansas City, and then a divisional game. It's possible. But, bro, all Indy needed to do to win the division this year is to not have historically shit quarterback play. They could have just had ordinarily shit quarterback play, and they probably win this division. But their quarterback situation had to be shit to a level that I've never really even seen before. So yeah, Indy, I'm very disappointed in them. I actually like a handful of players on their team, but shit, they're not going anywhere as presently constructed. So the Broncos side of things, what I want to say though, hold on. King says you lost to Mo Picks. Mo Picks is a great slander name. I have never heard of this. But I really love it. That's amazing. Mo Picks. That's sensational stuff. The pick six was ridiculous. We got wide receivers out here throwing pick six. Has he caught a touchdown of his own? Hold on, let me see. Does A.D. Mitchell have a touchdown? Don't tell me he doesn't have a touchdown yet. A.D. Mitchell stats. Please tell me he's caught a touchdown. No. No. Bro. A.D. Mitchell doesn't have a catching touchdown, a receiving touchdown. A.D. Mitchell threw a pick before he caught a pick. No. I mean, he threw a touchdown to the other team before he caught a touchdown on his own. No. This is not okay. Yo, Indy, what the hell? That's crazy. Anyways, yeah. So to the Broncos side of things. Actually, hold on. I see it's all going off in the chat. Generational haters in the chat. Bro, it is what it is. That's what happens when you have a good game. The haters show up. Yo, I would say King hates the Cowboys more than I do. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned recently. Whatever the spring league is now, bro. That's too funny. Shit, hold on. Where's that? Oh yeah, Broncos. So Broncos side of things. Their defense is gonna get them in the playoffs. Their schedule is gonna get them to the playoffs, but good God, is the offense frustrating. They had no business being in this game, bro. 3 picks and 130 passing yards. 3 picks, bro, on the ground from their running backs. They got, let me do the tallies real quick. 18 rushes. 18 rushes for 49 yards on the ground. Your quarterback threw 3 picks and threw for 130 yards. You're supposed to get clapped. Somehow you got 31 points. Again, generational levels of ass from Indy. Put him on Teddy Bridgewater's team to run up them stats. Yo, shout out to Teddy Bridgewater because he started the year with a legendary commercial. Legendary commercial, bro. And then capped the year actually successfully winning a championship. So major shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. He's that guy. Shout out to Teddy 2 times, 2 gloves. He's him. He also caused the Vikings to trade for Sam Bradford. So I appreciate that, like, sincerely. That shit was a blessing. But yeah, big up Teddy. But shit, speaking of quarterbacks like Teddy and Sam Bradford, the quarterback play was pretty shit in this game. Denver, again, they're going to make the wild card team, but they're just going to get clapped. It's not going to be good. I don't know. I mean, they're probably going to be the 6th seed, like specifically the 6th seed, right? So they're probably going to play Baltimore or Pittsburgh, whoever wins that division. But yeah, Baltimore or Pittsburgh, they're sending Denver to God on wildcard weekend. So this is the thing, right? Baltimore, Pittsburgh, they're both winning on wildcard weekend. They're sending Houston and Denver packing, sending them back to Cancun, or sending them to Cancun in the first place. But like, realistically, that's where those teams belong. Houston and Denver are Cancun ready teams that are just so happy, are just gonna happen to make the playoffs. But yeah. Speaking of commercials, here's the thing. All that mayo shit is cute until you start playing like complete dog shit. All that mayo and coffee shit, it's a fun, quirky little branding thing when you're a draft prospect with, like, nothing serious going on. But when you're literally letting down a franchise and getting bare people fired, that mayo shit isn't cute anymore. Bro, that GM is on the brink of getting fired. That coach probably on the brink of getting fired. Literally, between those 2 guys and their staffs, probably 300 guys are going to get fired because of your shit. So the mayo and the coffee shit is not fun anymore. He's so like, yeah, ex-NFL quarterback for sure, bro. Ex-NFL quarterback for sure. We already did Steelers Eagles. I don't know if you guys are necessarily interested in that game. Like revisiting the game. But yeah, Bills Lions, bruh. Bills Lions was crazy. So I don't know if the guys in here were here when I did the previews, because who was it that was giving me some pushback? Somebody was giving me pushback because what I was talking about was like, yo, the Lions front 7 is beat the fuck up, right? But I don't think that they've run into a bunch of teams that could punish them for being beat up. But I'm like, Josh Allen is perfectly built to punish you for having injuries in your front 7. I forget who was in the chat that was pushing back on that idea, but I was like, yo, they're gonna struggle. Now, again, when it comes to Buffalo's defense, my concern for them was the fact that Detroit can definitely replicate a lot of the things that the Rams did offensively. And lo and behold, they did, albeit it was just too late. Buffalo was able to run it up beforehand. Detroit still ended up putting 42 on the board, albeit a couple of those touchdowns were in garbage time. But Detroit's offense, like, they still had a decent day, all things considered. But again, I'm talking defensively. Bro, they had no chance of stopping Buffalo. Why? Yo, garbage time. Garbage time. They ran it up. Once the Bills went into prevent defense, they ran it up. Yeah, so that's the thing, bro. It was 28 in terms of 28 organic points, right? But they put the hormones in the chicken to get it to 42. Right? That's what it is. Seahawks somehow do something, we will make a return. 100%. 100%. That's what you guys need. But yeah, take care, bro. Take care. Enjoy the Lakers loss, as you put it. But yeah, man. Feel very good about having my finger on the pulse for this game because, yeah, they could not stop Josh Allen or what the Bills had going on offensively. And they got another injury. Aleem McNeil is out. And I will say this. They need home field, bro. They need home field. If they show up to Philadelphia with that front seven in a cold, hostile Lincoln Financial Field in January, watch out, Detroit. If we have to go to Ford Field, different story. But if they have to come to Philadelphia with a banged up front seven, hold tight. Number 26 is coming. Number 26 is coming. But yeah. Other points about Detroit. Not really, to be honest. Again, their offense, here's the thing. Even if they didn't get the garbage time touchdowns, even if they got 28 points, that's still a respectable output for a team, right? The defense got absolutely torn to shreds, though. And that was coming. Again, it was on its way. Detroit is absolutely depleted. Yes, Aleem McNeil, bro. They just paid him. Defense is absolutely on Swiss cheese settings. Yo, I'm looking at Chicago, and here's the thing. This is going to be Detroit's second game outdoors all year. They have not played anything close to what it's like late in the year in Chicago outdoors. I'm praying to God Chicago figures something out against Detroit. They almost beat them. They literally lost the game that got Eberflus the fuck out of here. I'm just praying Chicago does something, bro. DeAndre Swift playing against his former team. Come on, do something. Lee rant, is it over? Shout out Honkballport. What a name. Hold on. I don't even know what this is a reference to. But yeah, no, Detroit's defense was bad. Like I said, though, their game against Chicago, I'm praying something happens. The chances are very low. Their game against San Francisco, I think San Francisco is it's going to be bad. I think, speaking about how Buffalo has literally the worst possible thing in terms of hold on. No, yo, King, same. I thought the same thing. But yeah, no, talking about how Buffalo is almost Detroit's worst case scenario because of Josh Allen. I don't know if the Niners have anything to exploit Detroit's issues. That's the problem. They don't have CMC. Brock Purdy is not really that guy. Debo's fat as hell this year. I don't think the Niners have the thing that would bother Detroit's front seven. So I don't really think the Niners have a chance. For me as an Eagles fan, if I want this one seed, I'm looking at Chicago and Minnesota, obviously specifically Minnesota. So this is the thing, though. If Minnesota wins out, they could also get the one seed from Philadelphia. We need Minnesota to lose as well. But I can't have Minnesota losing in the last week. So I need Minnesota to lose against Seattle or Green Bay. So the shit is getting complicated, bro. The shit is getting very, very complicated. Bro, fuck Debo. Forget all that shit, bro. Hey, I do not like Debo Samuel. Nothing to do with ball, bro. He just seems like an annoying guy. Yeah, bro, it's very complicated. I need to hate on Minnesota unabashedly for the next 2 weeks, and then I need to become a big fan in the last week, bro. The situation for us to get the 1 seed, yo, I just hate, bro. He said on Twitter, I'm not struggling. I'm just not getting the ball. And then he started dropping the ball all over the place. It was bad. It was really, really bad. We love Debo. Our homies love Debo. Nah, man, fuck that guy. Most annoying Niner, bro. The way he just complained online for months after the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia, bro. Bro was complaining like when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl, Debo was the player that made me hope. I'm like, yo, I hope no Eagles complain like that. I hope no Eagles bitch and moan about losing. He got to put the fries in the bag. The King, thank you. But here's the thing. He'll probably drop that too, but if he doesn't drop it, he'll probably eat the fries before they get in the bag, bro. Probably eat the fries first. Expected complaints, bro. You just get he is Twitter fingers or X fingers. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but he's also expected fingers because he's just about to just get to talking online. And again, truthfully, you look at his production. He hasn't really been a baller since 2021. Yes, bro. He got fat and he's not producing and he's complaining. He's Lukaku. Yeah, this all started by me saying that San Fran can't do anything to Detroit. So yeah, it's got to be Chicago or Minnesota. But here's the thing: like I can say that like okay, if they lose against Chicago, then safely Minnesota could maybe lose a game, and then they can go into that last game, and I don't have to care because here's the bullshit, right? And I was looking at it. It's actually not that big of a deal if the Eagles don't get the 1 seed, if it gets clinched beforehand. So, like, if Detroit ran the table, that could have been chill because the Eagles could know that before week 18 that they're not going to be the 1 seed. And they could use week 18 as the bye week. You could bench everybody against the Giants, which low-key would be sick because imagine we trot out our backups against the Giants in the last week and we give them a win and then they fuck up having the first overall pick. Low-key, I thought that'd be amazing. So that wasn't that big of a deal. You basically just get your bye week 1 week earlier if that's the situation, right? But because it's tied like it is, there's a chance the Eagles don't know if they're the 1 seed or not going into the last week. They play the game to win the game, and then they realize that they're still going to be the 2 seed. That's the only losing situation. I thought being the 2 seed and just accepting, giving yourself your own bye week in week 18 was fine. But it's probably not going to work out that way. Niners can go suck their mom, as people from the UK would say. Bro, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Thank you, Joel. Geno Smith, 3rd and 19. Finds Fant. Oh, hell yeah, bro. He got it. There's a flag on the play, though. Don't tell me we're going to get 3rd and 29. Don't tell me. Oh, my God. Holding up. We're going to see 3rd and 29, bro. Seattle, you guys wasted our fucking time. If you guys didn't want to show up, we could have postponed the game. The exact scenario in itself is quite the parlay. The chances are low. The combinations you want are going to, against expected outcomes. Seahawks aren't a real football team. Yo, but this is the thing. Like, the big, crazy outcome I need is Minnesota being good enough to beat Detroit, but then bad enough to lose to either one of Green Bay or Seattle. Now, Green Bay is a toss-up because divisional game. But, like, clearly it looks like Minnesota is going to be better than Seattle. If both Detroit and Minnesota win next week, oh, my God. This specific scenario I need is wild because then I would need literally exact outcomes to happen. I need Green Bay over Minnesota and Minnesota over Detroit and Eagles to sweep the NFC East. I do need some Slippy G shit. But then also, bro, here's the thing. I've seen my team go to 3 Super Bowls in my lifetime. They were the 1 seed each of those years. They were the 1 seed in 2005, the 1 seed in 2018, and the 1 seed in 2023. So in my head, I'm just looking at it like, bro, Eagles get the 1 seed, we're going to the Super Bowl. So I don't know. We need that shit, bro. We need that shit. I need Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift to turn into, I don't know. what could they turn into? I need them to turn into. I'm struggling to find a good comparison. Oh shit! Can you guess 4th and 18? Damn, we should have played the game. Wait, yo, Surfel, were you here on Thursday? I don't think you were here on Thursday. Yo, we invented a game. We had so much fucking fun. But before I tell you what the game is, I need you to confirm that you weren't here at all, because you may have been lurking, so you may have caught it. But yo, I was fucking proud of what we came up with. It was a great time because bet. So you weren't here. So you know how that game went, right? Complete dog shit offensively, 12-6. Nobody could score. Hella punts. So much defense, right? So there got a point in the game where I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, dog, they're not even gonna convert third downs. I'm looking at the stat sheet. They're like, the teams are 6 for 25 on third down. So like I settled into just being like, yo, they're not going to get a third down conversion. I wonder what the fourth down is going to be. So then we found a game, guess that fourth down. So for, I think, the middle of the second quarter onwards, every time it was a third down, we would play guess that fourth down. The whole chat would put guesses for whether we're expecting 4th and 3 or 4th and 4 or 4th and we had a scoreboard and everything. It was a great time, bro. That ended up being, it made the game actually fun. Without that, it was completely shit. It was literally some of the worst football I've seen as far as the game goes, from an entertainment standpoint. But the shit was entertaining for us. But yeah, that's what King was doing here, guessing 4th and 18. King was cooking. King, I think he got the first 2, then he cooled off, and then I think he got 2 later on. Bro, it was a good time. So that's what we do when the game has no offense and we're just seeing bare punts. We guess the fourth downs whenever it's third and anything. I got the best prediction in that game, guessing for a first down. I feel like King got the best predictions at some point. He got a couple that were really good. But speaking of general, next game we're gonna get into is Buccaneers and Chargers. So bro, I want to say, and I want to get your opinion on this, right? But like, today, the Chargers, they threw the ball 34 times and ran the ball 11 times. Yo, they did not used to have these type of pass to run ratios when they had Dobbins. The pivot to being a pass heavy offense in a Greg Roman system without Dobbins, I think has been detrimental. Like, I think that the Chargers cannot get by running the ball this little. And that's my issue with the Chargers. Like, they did it last week against the Chiefs. They scored 17 points, but they survived because the Chiefs low-key have a shit offense too, right? They played this way against Atlanta. They survived because they threw 4 picks. But they also, again, in that game, they scored less than 20 points. They're a score less than 20 points offense without J.K. Dobbins, right? It doesn't matter because our O-line was non-functional the whole game. But the thing is, bro, like, it wasn't this bad without when you had J.K. Dobbins. You guys haven't touched 20 points since, and I think that's going to hold, like, it's going to continue against Denver. That game, Denver and Chargers, bro, that's going to be a guess that fourth down game if there ever was one, bro. I'm expecting 15-12 in that game. But yeah, my point with the Chargers is, bro, offensively, they're going to be struggling until they get Dobbins back. They're going to make the playoffs anyways, because if you look at their last two games are Patriots and Raiders. That's easy W's there. Easy W's. So the Chargers, I mean, shit, we're looking at their record, 8-6. I have them losing at Denver next week and then winning their last 2 games. So I feel pretty good about them going 10-7. But fuck the Broncos. We are cooking that bum Sertan. Okay, look, those are fighting words. I look forward to seeing it on Thursday. But bro, my points on Tampa Bay in the preview was that I expected them to come out of the bye week rolling, and they weren't rolling at all. They kind of dragged their feet through the first 2 games out of the bye week, but today they finally got rolling. So the Bucs look like they're going to finish the year strong. They're 8-6 right now. Last 3 opponents, Dallas, Carolina, New Orleans. That looks like 3 wins to me. So I think they're going to go into the playoffs with a 7-game winning streak out of a bye week. And shit, man, they're going to be on a roll for sure. But yeah, Tampa Bay finally looked like the offense, like the offense that I thought they were going to be out of the bye week. And yeah, again, with the Chargers, you knew that their offense wasn't going to cook. Away or home? I think it's in Denver. Let me see. No, it's in LA. I'm wrong. You have no faith, but to what standard though? Because like I think they're gonna win a. No, never mind. Hold on. They're gonna be a 3 seed. I think they're gonna be a 3 seed. And then as a 3 seed, they're probably going to be playing Green Bay. So what do you think about Tampa against Green Bay? Because truthfully, I think Green Bay is probably a slight favorite, but that game's a toss-up to me. Because when it comes to Green Bay playing a football game, it's always a toss-up on is the slinging going to work or is it not going to work? So I'm looking at it right now. Chargers are 3-point home favorites. I'm taking the Pack. Nah, yeah, I mean, I hear it. Just the thing is like, yo, I think if they played the 7 seed, I think they rock the 7 seed for sure. Obviously, they're not going to earn the opportunity to do so. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if only the game is at Lambeau. Yeah, it'd be different. But also, yo, Tampa Bay at home on wildcard weekend, they tend to get that shit done. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, my concern for the Chargers is just like when do they get Dobbins back? Because then their offense will be more balanced and we'll probably see better production. But what I will say from this game though is that what's it called? They got a decent amount of passing production from from what I saw, like more than I expected. So they still ended up with 200 passing yards. But yeah, like I saw that Quentin Johnston got 45 in a touchdown. McConkey had 58 in a touchdown. Like when you're not able to run the ball against a Todd Bowles team, I expect you to struggle. And they actually kind of did okay. So, yeah. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. They kick the shit out of us. Every wild card weekend we run into them. Shit is not fun. And the last game for the recaps is Patriots Cardinals. So not much to say about this game. Patriots, we know what the deal is. Cardinals, this was a get right game for them. They've been playing like shit. This is an easy opponent for them to get a W against, to go 7-7, and what's going to be one game out of the playoffs. But Cardinals' last 3 games are going to be Carolina, LA, and the Niners. So, I mean, you probably see them beating Carolina to go to 8-7. And then the game against the Rams is going to be huge, but they probably lose to the Rams, fall to 8-8. And then against the Niners, that game probably means nothing. When Pete Carroll got sacked, I was celebrating. That's hilarious. This man said, Pete's in a box, Pete's in a box. Yo, you know what it is though? Seattle definitely also another team that kind of had Philadelphia's number for a little bit. Russell, you know what's funny, bro? I don't know if you knew this. Russell Wilson was undefeated against the Eagles. Obviously, he never played the Eagles as a Bronco, but bro, as a Seahawk, that man was whooping our ass. Undefeated. First time we ever beat Russell Wilson. Big up Flawless, bro. Shout out for the Raiders always. Much appreciated, bro. I'll see you on Friday, hopefully, for the NBA courtside commentary. Yo, they said that shit, right? It was great to finally hand him an L. Definitely great to finally hand him an L. Shit. Okay, so the game recaps are done. We can probably get to predicting the season during the next breaks. Gino checks down to JSN. 7 minutes to go, so we'll probably get into a fade of the stream at some point as well. Yes. Oh, bro, Joel, the fact that it was still a close game with Josh McCown was crazy. Our defense, oh shit, Gino's down. Is he okay? Wait, that didn't even look that bad. What happened? Huh? Did you guys see anything? What the hell happened to Geno Smith? I do not see what happened. Apparently his leg got rolled up. That's tough, man. I mean, he's strapping his helmet up, so I guess he's found. Sam Howell will check into the game. Yo, fuck this guy too, man. So I went to the Eagles game where he looked like Joe Montana against us and we won in overtime. Pissed me the hell off. I have a hilarious history of going to Eagles games, bro. Actually, yo, low key, last 3 games I went to, I watched the Eagles lose to Atlanta this week or this year. Last year, I watched Howell put up 350 yards on us and we won in overtime. Year before that, I watched the Eagles lose to the Commanders, their first loss of the year. They were like 8-0 the year we went to the Super Bowl. I guess it's all payback, right? Because the first Eagles game I ever went to was a Jake Elliott 61-yard game winner on the last play the year we won the Super Bowl. So that was like, holy shit. Foundational experience of going to an Eagles game as an Eagles fan that I've been chasing ever since, and I just keep getting L's. It's tough. Sam Howell fires it into the ground on 3rd and 12. Oh my God, bro. How many field goals are Seattle going to kick to stay down double digits? Holy. And he wanted a flag, 100%. Shit, where are we? Let me pull up a season predictor because we got to get to working out how the year is going to end. I guess it's NFC West tradition at this point. Hilarious. All right. Get this bum ass game off the screen. Okay, so we got Green Bay winning this one. We got Minnesota winning tomorrow, and Atlanta, you better win tomorrow. Atlanta, you must. Okay, week after, right? Cleveland just benched a quarterback. They're looking like a shit show right now. We're gonna say Cincinnati gets this W. I got Kansas City getting the W against Houston. Yeah, I think Houston is just Kansas City is not particularly amazing themselves, but I think Houston is the perfect matchup almost to where however shit Kansas City does offensively, Houston's going to be a little bit more shit. When it comes to Steelers Ravens, King, I'm sorry to say this, but I think the Ravens get this W. I don't know if Pickens, even if he is back, probably not healthy. And yo, if you think about the situation for the Ravens, right? If they lose, they go down 2 games and they get swept. So that's basically 3 games with 3 games to go. Like basically their backs are against the wall. This game is for the division if Pittsburgh wins. So like if Baltimore wins, it's 50-50. But if Pittsburgh wins, it's over. So like from a desperation standpoint and a not wanting to get swept standpoint and a how you're playing going into the game standpoint, and a home field advantage standpoint, like Baltimore should be winning this game. If they don't, it's a huge win for Pittsburgh. Like it's an absolutely massive game. But I got Baltimore winning the game. I'm sorry to tell you, King. Somehow, some way, the Colts don't lose a game. Tennessee is just shit enough to give them the W. So we'll give this one to Indy. Shit, nothing but home games. Okay, so it seems like, hold on, the chat was fucking with the Chargers in this matchup, right? Yeah, so Serafel says Chargers W. Jen Will says Chargers W. I'll give this one to the Chargers, and I'll give this one to the Jags. We're going to go Rams. And we're going to go Niners here. Lions, Falcons, Eagles, Cardinals, Vikings, Bucks, Packers. Okay, where does that leave us? Damn, Washington. Washington has to avoid not losing games here because low key teams are on their neck for that wild card spot. And then in the AFC, I mean, I guess those teams in the wild card race are 2 games behind, but there's only 2 games left, so that's a tiebreaker thing at that point. But fucking Indy, man, cannot stay within a respectable distance of Houston, who's trying to give this shit away. And despite the loss, Pittsburgh stays ahead of Baltimore, so that is what it is. Love takes a deep shot and another pass interference, this time because of an underthrow. Job doesn't get his head turned around. Another big chunk of yardage coming from Jordan Love prayer that gets interfered on. Man, what the hell? I am busy. Yo, it's bad, King. It's bad. It's horrible out here. Seattle is absolutely selling. That's why I had to pick Minnesota. And Geno's hurt. Bro, Seattle's about to lose out. If Geno's hurt, it's about to be a bunch of L's. So booming. Bro, it's late on a Sunday. Everybody in my life knows that this is what I do on Sunday nights. Come on, man. You guys got to know better. Yo, I actually hate the jerseys. I used to think that they were cool when I was younger. I don't know why they look different. Or maybe this was before the jersey change? No, it was after the jersey change. Or is it because they used to wear blue pants? I don't know, but this is the green. I feel like the green changed. Actually, oddly enough, I think it used to be more highlightery. I think it's gotten more to like a pea soup kind of green, and I think that's the problem. It's got to be, if anything, a little more highlightery. They look like shitty Grinch costumes with like random blue numbers on them now. Wide receiver screen or running back screen gets them about 9 yards. What does the draft pick look? The draft order look like at this point? Okay, so quarterbacks going 1 and 2. Travis Hunter going number 3. And Panthers can do a bunch of things at this point. I think they probably go offensive tackle. I think, unless they have, I don't think, do they have tackles? They don't have great ones. They have a tackle that could be upgraded on. Oh, shit. Yo, Cleveland and Tennessee definitely reach for quarterbacks there. Cleveland and Tennessee definitely do the bad franchise thing and reach for quarterbacks at 5 and 6. And then Jets probably go offensive tackle. I guess we haven't talked about it really, but Travis Hunter Heisman, yes. Travis Hunter definitely deserved the Heisman. I've seen a lot of random like Travis Hunter slander because of the fact like, oh, he's just playing both sides of the ball. Like you're basically giving him the Heisman because of snap counts. And I just feel like that's like people are being ignorant on purpose there. Like obviously it's unreal that he's able to do what he does. Come on. Like reducing it to like, oh, he's just a solid player at 2 positions. But do you know how fucking difficult that is? Also, he's not just solid. He's a solid receiver and a sensational corner. Like a sensational corner. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of haters. And the thing is like, I don't mind the arguments for Genty because Genty's crazy. I cannot believe he played at Boise State. His ass should have transferred. Yo, the Packers have been doing a lot of that one running play where they fake the handoff to like the guy in motion and then hand it off to the running back, and Love has to do a little 360. I don't think I've seen it work once though. Here's the thing though. I feel like there's a difference between saying that Genty should have got it and Genty got robbed, because I feel like robbed kind of suggests that like it wasn't even close. I could hear somebody saying that it could have been close, but I don't know. I don't think either of these candidates you could say is like a home run against the other, man. Both very, very like amazing years. Again, cannot believe what Genty did on a scrubby ass team like Boise State. It works on Madden. But I swear, if Boise State goes off, I don't think they will though. NIL has revived college football. 100%, bro. We're back. Also, you weren't here when we had the Bill Belichick conversation, but like, it's gonna draw a different kind of a crowd to the college game because the college game is basically gonna function like the pro game now. So like, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if a program throws a crazy bag at Mike Vrabel. And like, if you start to see those kind of figures end up in college, it's definitely gonna attract a different crowd. What a hit by number 48 there. I don't even know who that is, but Christian Watson absolutely ate all that contact. Don't tell me Green Bay is going to go for it on fourth down. Oh, of course they're sending out McManus. What a fucked up game. Was tired of the Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio, and Michigan hegemony, bro. Shout out to the word hegemony. Never thought I'd see that in my chat, but it's fucking lit, bro. Orlando can get the Jaguars franchise. But nah, man. If you're gonna move it further away. Oh fuck, Sam Howell's gonna play, bro. Fuck my life, bro. I don't want to watch Sam Howell. Anyways, and he fell with the thesaurus. Was predictable for the last 15 years. Yeah, it's a different level now of just like unpredictability. And you're gonna see more random shit like that 5-star basketball player that committed to BYU. Like you're gonna see more shit like that. But yeah. Predictions here. After 2 tough losses, Pittsburgh gets a W. Kansas City finally takes a L. Baltimore runs through Houston on Christmas. Beyonce. But at least Orlando is relevant for what? Disney. This is a fair question, bro. That's what Orlando is relevant for. Goddamn Mickey Mouse. It's literally a Mickey Mouse city. Denver against Cincinnati. Fuck, what do I feel about this game? Does Cincinnati have anything to play for? Oh, shit. They're playing to get a chance to take Denver's spot. Never mind. You know what, though? What do you guys think, though? Denver, Cincinnati. I'll leave that one up to the chat. Orange horses? Bro said orange horses. Shit. Not orange cats, but orange horses. Chargers beat the Patriots. Titans, Jags. You know what? Mac Jones probably beats, what's his name there? Mason Rudolph. Denver because fuck the Bengals. Fair enough, I hear it. Miami in the cold in Cleveland. You know what? I think Cleveland gets this W. Colts over the Giants. Yo, Raiders play the Saints. Oh my God, this is going to be crazy. It's going to be Rattler against Ritter or Rattler against O'Connell. Good God, this is disgusting. You know what? Saints probably win that. So is Geno Smith, like, does his injury look bad? Has anybody seen anything? Because, like, if he's not playing, Seattle probably loses this game. Okay, Pro Football Doc just put the Geno Smith picture, the diagnosis out. He said not long term. So Seattle finally gets a W here. Rams don't get swept by the Cardinals. Commanders over Falcons. Okay, yo, Serafel, what are we saying? What are we saying? Packers, Vikings. Is it a Thursday game away, though? Seattle? Yo, here's the thing. If Geno plays, bro, I feel that shitty about... he says Skull Vikings. I feel just that shitty about what's it called. Sam Howell just got sacked. Oh, Lord. This is going to be bad. Yo, we're definitely hitting fade of the stream in the fourth quarter. Good God. Yeah, bro, I feel that shitty about Chicago. What's it called? Carolina, Tampa. Probably Philly over Dallas. And then, like I said, Debo fat as hell. So we're going Lions over Niners. So going into the last week, we have 3 14-2 teams in the NFC. And 1 11-5 team. And 3 10-6 teams. Yo, Will, is this a response to me saying Debo's fat as hell, or a response to Sam Howell playing, or a response to the Seahawks score? Because, brother, it is tough. It is tough out here. Many things could apply to your reaction. Could be all the above, maybe all three. The game. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. See, yo, Will's with the nonsense, bro. F Debo, proper scrub, bro. I hear that General said all his homies love Debo, but this is a very anti-Debo space. Man said McDebo. All right, we got the last week of the NFL season. How does the AFC look? Okay, so Denver doesn't have anything meaningful to play for, right? So they probably don't even give a fuck about this game against Kansas City. Chargers, okay, we're going to have to see if any of these teams have a chance of hopping into the 5 seed, because then that dictates how they approach these games. So we're going to do some science experiments first. So let's say, for argument's sake, Baltimore loses. Can the Chargers catch them? No. Okay, cool. Can the Broncos catch them? Oh, no, they can't, because the Ravens beat both of them. So, yo, the Broncos and the Chargers have nothing to play for but potentially jumping over, like, each other. Wait, is this a sweep? Who won the first matchup? Yo, did the Chargers sweep the Broncos this year? Oh, shit, the Chargers swept the Broncos. I mean, shit, the Chargers probably can win. Yeah, the Denver doesn't even give a fuck. They lose regardless. So that's how those matchups go. Houston is clinched, so I think they rest everybody in Tennessee, gets a W. Colts get a W here. Ravens don't actually lose, but neither does Pittsburgh, really. Bengals have nothing to play for. Buffalo wins, and then here, so do, you know what? Jets get a W, fuck their draft position over even more. So in this situation, yo, hold on. Oh, no. Why did I read this wrong? We get Chargers against Steelers, Ravens against Texans, and then Broncos against Bills. Stick to the gun range, buddy said he can't dunk no more. That's wild. Okay, and then in the NFC. So let's say, hold on. Eagle, you know what? We're going to do Vikings, Lions last. So Eagles over the Giants. Fuck it. Panthers over the Falcons. Bucks over the Saints. Commanders over the Cowboys. Although that game might be interesting the way Dallas is playing. That game may be very interesting. Packers over the Bears. You know what? Fuck it. Give it to the Niners. And then here, hold on. If Seattle wins, do they advance? Yo, this isn't even for the game, the division or a playoff spot. Yo, Seattle's out. Okay, then the Rams definitely win. But it also doesn't even matter for them either. Okay, cool. Lions winning puts them in the 1 seed. Vikings winning puts them in the 1 seed. So then this is what would probably be the Sunday night game. Oh, I didn't even make it full screen. PTC. Oh my God, that was wild. Yo, Staley is a different kind of coach. The level of trauma he put you guys through is something else. But yeah, Surfell, I'll let you call it. Vikings, Lions in the last week. What are we saying? $14.35. Man said Skull Vikings. So we have our final standing. Our final standings for the NFC. We have a 1 seed Minnesota, 2 seed Philadelphia, 3 Tampa Bay, LA. Yo, we have LA against the Lions, Stafford against the Lions, back-to-back wildcard weekends. This time in LA though. Packers against Bucks. That's the Bay Derby right there. That's the Bay Bowl. And we got Commanders against Eagles. Yo, we get a chance to beat the Commanders 3 times in Jaden Daniels' rookie year. You know what the hell that means, right, guys? You guys should know. It means a whole lot of this on stream. If we get a chance to beat the Commanders 3 times. Yo, man, like Jimbo said, ew. The hell is the ew about? Imagine having the 3rd, 4th best record and getting the 5th seed. Yo, that's going to happen to one of those teams, Minnesota or Detroit. One of them is going to be a fucking godly wildcard team for no reason. Got to play a bunch of road games in the playoffs. I mean, oddly enough, but here's the thing. Oddly enough, in this playoffs, right? Minnesota indoors, Tampa Bay, good weather, Rams indoors, Lions indoors. Packers are a 6 seed, so they can literally only ever possibly host Washington, right? So the only cold weather place to play here is Philadelphia. Everywhere else, the game is going to be played in pretty ideal conditions, unless it's a fucking monsoon in Tampa Bay for some reason. But then again, like the rain in Florida, that's summer shit too. Like that never really happens during football season. Yo, you guys aren't running this play. Why would you waste our time trying to draw them offside? This is too obvious of a draw them offside kind of a situation. Come on. But yeah. So the Seahawks are going to get this ball back, and I am thinking, yo, it's about that time where we might have to come up with a fate of the stream. My problem is I can't quite tell. Which what we should do for fate of the stream. It's a 17-point game, so it's a 3-score game. I want to say Seattle has to get points. If Seattle doesn't get points, this game is over. Film sessions, I should say. But shit. Okay, hold on. Fade the stream. Stream ends if... You know what? The game has been dead since the 2nd quarter. Absolutely. You know what? Okay. Maybe scoring is too much now. Hold on. Stream ends if Seahawks... I'll leave score for the next drive. Fade the stream, guys. The stream ends if Seahawks don't get to midfield. This is where it's at, people. 132 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll be out of here probably pretty soon. Because good God, what a shit game. Are there any other games or things you guys might want to talk about? a lot of the homies pulled up halfway through. If there's anything you guys missed, Eagles had a great day against Pittsburgh. Very pleasantly surprised with that one. Buffalo had a great day against Detroit for the most part. They're probably going to be happy with that one. I'm thrilled. Um, hey, brother, they don't. Um, and I hope against all hope that the Cowboys could have been in the I really hope that they could have been in the postseason so that we could have matched up in that 2-7. But that would have been a great time. That would have been a great time if we got Cowboys Eagles in the 2-7 matchup on Wild Card Weekend. Niners shite season. How are they going to fix it with all their giant contracts? And they're going to pay Purdy. This is the thing. They're going to have to pay Purdy this offseason. So it's about to go left for the Niners. Because the thing is, I don't know if they're ready for this, but they never had a big quarterback contract because Garoppolo's deal was not that big. Bro, I remember specifically that when they signed Garoppolo's deal, they front-loaded the contract when they just traded for him when their team was shit. So the bulk of his deal got paid to him when the team was ass. His contract, his yearly cap hit was very respectable from when they were actually trying to be good. And then obviously with Purdy and Trey Lance, they weren't big contracts because they were rookies. They have no clue what it's like to try to put a team together with a huge contract. And Purdy is about to extort that franchise. There's no way that he's there. He has so much leverage in that negotiation. That's, I guess, my main takeaway. The amount of leverage he has is mad. So yeah, I expect that to be a pretty big deal, especially the way Dak got paid, bro. Because doesn't Purdy have more playoff wins than Dak? Oh my God, Sam Howell. Oh my God. Also, I just saw this Dallas Doritos nacho here. Sir fuck got bars. But yeah, this is really ugly. Yes, bro, he has more playoff wins than Dak, and Dak got paid $60 million a year. So what do you think Purdy is gonna get paid? He's not getting paid 45. He's getting paid at least 55. Oh my God. The Dallas Star is just a rating 1 star, baby. They're punting? Yo, they're punting down 17? I mean, I hear it. You're on your own side of the field. I get it. Fourth and 10. Yeah, stream over, dog. I'm just going to confirm this if he doesn't fumble. All right, people. It's been real. It's been fun. We are 2 minutes. Yo, you're seeing that, right? I didn't even know Boom was his name. They got the motherfucker like this. Yo, what are we doing? But yeah, Sam Howell. Hold on, King. Bro, wait. Here's the thing. I'm definitely not watching this game. If you guys want to chill and talk about something unrelated to the game, I'm about it. But this game is not getting any more attention from me. Hell to the no. I am good. But yeah, if there's we go again next season, terrible stuff. It was always a little bit too good to be true. It was always a little bit too good to be true with them winning the division. I think the way the Rams finished off last year and the way they got injured at the beginning of this year, you always kind of figured the Rams would be the team. And he's 9-3 against the Eagles. I hear it. But what is the record in the playoffs? Because he has not played the Eagles yet in the playoffs, and I think that would go different. 3-0 start against 3 scrub teams had people talking. Bro, for real. Special kind of Doritos as a Cowboys game. This is called Nacho Year. But yeah, no, I remember this. The 3-0 start was very deceiving, and then it almost feels like what if as a team that's about to be 8-6, they've been a 5-6 team. But yeah, 5-6 team since the 3-0 start. But here's the thing: we've had some terrible defenses. Like, argument could be made that outside of years we've gone to the Super Bowl, we've had absolutely horrible defenses. Dak and Hurts have the same amount of Super Bowls to back my guy Taz. Bro, just like the rest of most of the quarterbacks in the league right now. Herbert, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. How many active quarterbacks right now have Super Bowls? That's a great question. The active quarterbacks right now that have Super Bowls, we're talking about Mahomes, Russell Wilson. Who else? Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Flacco. Man's out here putting together crazy justifications, Jen Will. Stafford, here we go. Yeah, small exclusive pool of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Hey, bro, we're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that at all. That gets you put in timeout big time. This is not what we're doing. Man, I knew I should have locked the stream off. What the fuck? But yeah. Big up to everybody in here. Like I said, this was a good time. We had fun. I will be back tomorrow. Part of the reason I'm not pushing it today is because this game is shit. Hold on. Did they turn the ball over? Well, hold on. They turned the ball over. Does this count as getting the ball past midfield? You know what? Fuck it. We might have to break a rule here. They passed. Hold on. Did they got past midfield? Yo, the Seahawks got past the 50. Where's the thing? They got to midfield. Yo, they got to midfield. Just as I was wrapping things up. Okay. New one. We gotta change the new one. Hold on. We gotta change this. Stream ends if Seahawks don't score. There we go. New fade of the stream. That was the fugaziest fade of the stream ever. And they got negative yards. Stream ends if Seahawks concede. No, because, bro, they don't have to concede. Even if Green Bay eats some time, that's enough. Stream ends if Seattle does not make this a 2-score game. It's a 3-score game. I'm not trying to get garbage time. Sam Howell drops back, scans the field, takes a shot to literally the paint. That ball went to the paint on the sideline. No real target. All right, 3rd and 5. They're going to go for it on 4th down here, right? Like, you have to. Howell drops back, slings it to JSN. JSN breaks a tackle. Yo, McKinney was trying to get that ball out like crazy. Never a team for a regressing team is still fucking up like the Seahawks. Yo, they actually fumbled the bag with the Wilson trade. They actually fumbled the bag. And you know what it is, though? Here's the thing. When they had the 5th overall pick, I said this quite a bit. I said, if you're the Seahawks, right, you're actually too good to ever be picking this high again. Especially with the draft capital they had. My feeling is that they had to go QB with either in that draft or with that pick because they were never going to get this kind of capital again. Oh, Charbonnet to the end zone. Touchdown. It's a 10-point game. Let's go. Okay, so now we can run this. Now we can run that, Genwell. Okay, fade to the stream. Stream ends if Seahawks concede points. But yeah, you guys, Witherspoon is phenomenal, bro. But you guys needed to go quarterback, and you had Geno Smith at the time, who you could have had basically play for 2 years, let the quarterback get good, and then you guys could have had a good quarterback right now. Witherspoon is awesome, but and you guys definitely need defensive players, but you had to get a quarterback that year. I also argued that the same was the case for the Lions, but that's because I didn't really I wasn't respecting Jared Goff at the time. But I thought Detroit and Seattle had to get quarterbacks. Detroit ended up drafting Hooker later in the draft anyways. But shit, we have a 10-point game. So don't get me wrong, but we should have got a good QB while we could, while we were so high. 100%. Len, I don't even know if the quarterback draft class was worth it, but I mean, you had to at least give yourself a chance. Let me see who they missed out on. NFL draft. Player selections. So, oh, this isn't the draft. So the quarterbacks that they could have basically, you know what? They would have had to trade up. This draft class went crazy at the quarterback position because they all went high, but basically they would have had to trade up for Anthony Richardson. And to be fair, I don't know. Considering the way Anthony Richardson is playing, it doesn't look good. Maybe he would develop differently in Seattle where he wouldn't have had to play at all. And you look at what's his name? You look at Anthony Richardson and how he's playing now. You know he needs development. Maybe he gets it sitting behind Geno Smith. But yeah, basically Bryce Young went 1, Stroud went 2, AR went 4, and then no quarterback went until Levis in the second round. So if they traded back and got Levis, that would have been a disaster. But then again, maybe he develops well not playing and just sitting behind court. You never know. Probably not, though. And then the next quarterback after Levis was Hendon Hooker, drafted by Detroit. Okay, and then you're saying next class? Bro, the next class, hold on. You're saying last year? That was all the quarterbacks that went in the top 6. So Penix and Bo Nix and them. At that point in this draft, Seattle was picking 16 and all the quarterbacks were gone by 12. McCarthy 10th overall, Nix 12th overall, Penix 8th overall, and then quarterbacks 1, 2, 3. Why do they keep replaying the Jacobs fumble? There's no controversy or anything about it, right? Keyshawn Nixon gets the shit smacked out of him. But the scrubs Atlanta took him. Here's the thing. Nobody saw Atlanta taking a quarterback after paying Cousins. That really hit everybody in the football community out of left field. Nobody saw that coming. Yo, also, so his name is Michael Penix, right? But I heard CJ Stroud talking about him, and he called him Penix, and I was just like, yo, that's a crazy mistake to make. That's a crazy mistake. And I've never heard anybody else say that. So I just remember thinking, like, yo, CJ Stroud, where did you hear that? And if you didn't hear that anyway, why would your head go there? Like, I don't know. I never thought of it that way. I always just went Penix. He ain't gonna see the field. Yo, this is no. Here's the thing. Either he doesn't see the field for 3 years, or he sees the field early, and now you have one of the most expensive backups in football. Yo, slander name built in, bro. You have to type it with an accent to show that it's the slander name and not just his actual name. Yo, love, pick the ball up. God damn. Disco Flash, I'm going to tell you a whole lot of nothing happened, man. Green Bay played well in this game, and then they slowed up, and then Geno Smith got knocked out of the game, and now Sam Howell is playing, and it's just shit. What is this mistake? Like, just not be good? Because they've been doing that since, like, the beginning of their franchise. You know? Love drops back, 3rd and 6. Is the stream going to continue? Love slings it to the middle of the field on some Favre shit, and it's incomplete. Well, Seattle did not concede. Seattle did not concede. Yo, the stream fucking lived on. The fakest fade of the stream ever, bro. Green Bay fumbled the ball back to Seattle. Oh, okay, I hear it. So you think that Penix is going to be good, but they're going to trade him? Yo, you guys might ask, yo, stream caught life. I was actually trying to dead this shit, bro. I was trying to go to bed. You imagine if I missed the Sam Howell Hall of Fame performance? Yo, watch him like just rip a long ball to DK Metcalf, 70-yard touchdown right now. Sam Howell was a UNC quarterback, right? Yo, UNC actually has had a weird quarterback tradition recently with like Trubisky, Howell, and Drake May. Obviously, Trubisky and Howell aren't actually good NFL players, but by college standards, getting 2 quarterbacks drafted is pretty good. Yo, this is a Drew Lock Eagles 2.0. Yo, on one hand, fuck you for bringing that up, but on the other hand, like maybe. I'd love to see this. Howell, oh my God, bro. What the fuck did I just watch? What was that? Yo, are they calling this a fumble? They're calling this a fumble. What are they calling this? That's an incompletion. That's an incompletion. Yo, for real, man. For fuck's sake. Just like that, Seahawks pulled the life support plug. Now, the fact that we're building we're building up the occasion, then Sam Howell does some disastrous shit is crazy. And LaFleur is challenging it. But they do not want me to go to bed. They do not want me to go to bed at all, bro. The disrespect is crazy. I don't think it's a fumble, though, bro. I don't actually think it's a fumble. This game's this game is on some Grey's Anatomy shit right now, man. Like miraculous life supporting measures are happening right now. John Harbaugh has challenged. Yo, it's actually such a bad challenge. I don't know how many timeouts Green Bay has, but this is not the best idea. Clear. So here's the thing, right? Like we have a stream tomorrow for Monday Night Football, a stream Thursday for Thursday Night Football. I'll be streaming at some point on Saturday because between the college football playoff and the NFL games, football is gonna happen, right? So we're gonna be streaming at some point. Fuck. There's gonna be a lot of streaming time. Sunday will be another stream. You know what though? Yeah, Sunday is gonna be another stream. I don't think the Monday after that though. I think the Monday after that is Green Bay and New Orleans. So then I have to do Sunday Night Football, even though it's Dallas against Tampa. I gotta watch bum ass Dallas next Sunday night. Yeah, Dallas against Tampa. And then on Christmas, I want to say I'm gonna do one stream on Christmas, but like it's probably gonna be Kansas City against Pittsburgh. But at the same time, like I streamed on Thanksgiving and people still showed up, so that was dope. But also Christmas is even more of like a family thing. I don't know. I'll probably still do it. Howell throws a short pass to Noah Fant. It is incomplete. None of these plays even look like they have a hope. Bro, Howell is 4 for 11, 19 yards. Oh my God. I cannot believe this guy balled against the Eagles last year. Last year was a disaster, but we got hooped on by Sam Howell and Drew Lock. We drafted two corners immediately. Howell drops back, passes it to Noah Fant. This time gets 5 yards. So shit, it's gonna be. Well, hold on, we have a flag. We have a flag to potentially give the stream even more life. No Drake. I mean, I guess it's on It's on Seattle. Offsides on the offense. Repeat third down, so we get 3rd and 15. Tyler Lockett, man, veteran mistake. Yo, it's offsides on the offense. How do you make that mistake, bro? Yes, offside on a veteran 30-year-old receiver. Yeah, I'll be real. I cannot believe Green Bay is letting this game stretch for this long. These men are trash end this season now. I mean, to be honest, you're starting to see the fact that like this is exactly why quarterbacks like Geno Smith are still in the league because yo, they're punting. What? Oh my God, they fumbled again, but they picked it up. What? Why would you punt? Like, what is the point? You think you're gonna play defense and like he trusts the defense, but at the same I look at it this way, like the offense is so shit. It needs as much time as possible to get down the field. Let's say you get a 3 and out and get this ball back with 7 minutes to go. You have the ball 7 minutes down 2 scores. You're fucked anyways. But also valid. Hold on. King, this is valid. Like I'm watching now out of sheer investment for what the fuck this turns into. The spirit of the Legion of Boom. No, actually, King, maybe this is it. Maybe they're hoping he throws a pick. They did that bullshit again. Jaden Reed, 14-ish yards. This game's definitely going to end off a ref's call. That's the heritage of this matchup. That's history right there. Is that Guardian Cap Boy? Yo, I've never heard somebody called Guardian Cap Boy before, but that's hilarious. Now, I think Dobbs is Guardian Cap Boy. But yeah, Jaden Reed is icing this game. Obviously, fate of the stream here is stream ends if Packers score. It should have been midfield, but I'm here anyways. Stream ends if Packers score. Yo, Jaden Reed end around masterclass. This is some Percy Harvin usage from him right here. Josh Jacobs up the middle for 5 yards. Second and 6. Yo, no bullshit. This is how this is how what's it called? Florida used to use Percy Harvin. And how NFL teams should have used Percy Harvin if they knew what was good. Percy Harvin in a modern day NFL playbook would have gone crazy. Shout out to Harvin, Vikings legend, for real. Vikings legend, Seahawks legend. Game's done. Good night, boys. 5 a.m. for me. This guy stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch the Seahawks do this, man. The commitment is unreal. I appreciate you, Will. Good to see you. I'll see you later and up to Chelsea, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing. But yeah, that's mad funny. I think the stream started with Genwell asking Daniel if Chelsea's in the title race. Hilarious discourse spilling over into NFL chats. I'm completely with Lewis, though, on just rejecting that for rejecting its sake. That's hilarious. Make people argue to you on why your team is good. Make them have to flush out all the good points. It's fun. It's amusing. Nah, I'm a Chelsea fan. You know what it is, though, bro? Legitimately, I'm a EPL, like I'm a European football casual. Like, in all honesty, I love the sport. It's a lot of fun to follow, and I watch it quite a bit. But I'm a casual. Like, I'll hear people always like talking to each other, like, "Oh, bro, like You don't know ball. And I'm always hearing it. I'm like, yo, I definitely don't know ball. Like, for sure. Happens all the time. I'll hear people talking about games. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers are out here seeing shit that I just don't see. I'm learning though. I'm learning more and more the more I watch it. But like the thing is with like let's say basketball and then this kind of football, right? I feel like not that I played those games at particularly high levels because I didn't, but even just having played the games at all, it feels like okay, in my head, because I've tried to do things, yo, there's no way they're going for it on fourth down. No fucking way, bro. The stream caught life again. Ends if Packers score and they didn't. And they handed Seattle good field position. But yeah, so it's like because I've tried to like in playing the game, you try to do everything because that's what'll happen, right? So it's like in my head, I feel like I have an understanding of like what's hard, what's easy, what's simple, what's complicated. Like having like physical experience with the sport, it helps you notice things differently when you're seeing it. I can see like, yo, that was impressive, that was hard, that was simple, that was easy, that's notable for this reason or it's not for another reason. I have none of that with football, like European football. I have none of that in my head. I'll see something and I'll be like, yo, because I've never ever tried to do that myself in life, I don't even know if that's easy or hard or difficult. Or like there's so many situations that'll happen in games where it's like, yo, I've encountered that in FIFA, but I've never encountered that in real life. So yeah. But I'm learning though. More you hear people talk about the games, the more you watch the games, you pick up on things. But yeah, bro, when it comes to like football, did not ever watch or play the game really outside of like watching World Cups until I was like 20. Like my first year of following football was the Mourinho 10th place season. That was my first year following the sport. So yeah, again, relatively new and to the sport and very much a casual. But yeah, third defibrillator clear. Yeah, I love learning about it and researching it, and it's very cool. Like for example, like I was really bored one time. I think I was on a flight. I just started looking up the origins of clubs, right? And I found a bunch of clubs that were really cool. So like, do you guys know Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga, German club? So in their history, in their official history, right? They say that the club started when a bunch of school age boys won a tug of war contest, and the prize for the tug of war contest was a football. So they got a football, and then they're just like, "Yo, we're gonna start playing football." And then they started a club, and it was Werder Bremen, and then it grew from there. And I just like you have interesting stories like that of football clubs, and it's like, "Yo, that's cool as fuck." So technically, my Bundesliga team is Werder Bremen. And no bullshit, I found obviously a used like not couldn't buy it new, but I found what's it called, a Serge Gnabry or Serge Gnabry. I don't know how you say his name. Werder Bremen shirt, and I have one. I'll wear it on stream one day. One of my favorite shirts that I have. Yes, the pyramid is very cool. I think other sports could use pyramids. No fucking way, bro. First play of the game. Let's just say Seahawks field goal at this point drive and they make a stop. Seahawks in prime position. I mean, I hear it, right? And I would have 100% tried to blow smoke up this game's ass. But like, Sam Howell gets completely wrapped up on this first play. Yo, actually, they need the pyramid system. Because whatever the answer is, right? The format needs changing. However you feel about the format, it needs changing. Yo, they got a turnover? I missed it. What happened? I gotta see this replay. The stream's definitely over now, by the way. This is just pisses me off more for how he was hooping against my team last year. He threw right to him. Bro, GG's people. This was real. This was fun. It was really fun. Big up to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel on your way out. Still 107 people tapped in. Shout out to everybody that stayed locked in with us. This game was completely shit. Hope you guys had fun regardless. We'll be back tomorrow to watch the Monday Night Football doubleheader between Minnesota, Chicago, and Atlanta versus Vegas. Is the Desmond Ridder revenge game. That's what we're gonna be here for. Wait, hold on. What, King? What do you want? We're gonna hold off to see what King has to say. But after that, we're getting the fuck out of here. Nah. We're gonna be back tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, Monday Night Football doubleheader. Tuesday, playoff landscaping. Thursday, Thursday Night Football. Saturday, probably Ravens Steelers. Sunday, Bucks Cowboys. So funniest thing would be if the Seahawks get the ball back and score. I hear it, but even if they get the ball back and score, there's so little time that I feel very good about saying, like, yo, this stream is done. We're calling it quits here, and we're gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be hanging out with you guys for at least 3.5 hours tomorrow. So yeah, we'll have fun tomorrow. You guys take care until then. Peace.